All right, just for the sake of people in the stream, the Agro starts off in the year 2285. The Agro is currently a Excelsior-class starship. The second one of its kind. Its construction was delayed during the Great Experiment failure by the Excelsior when it was sabotaged by Commander Scott in Star Trek III. Because of this delay, the Argo's warp drive system was overhauled and replaced immediately, along with other key systems were updated and refined to current standards. The current stardate is 8258.7. At this point, Captain Haggard, you have been ordered to report to Starfleet headquarters with the meeting with Admiral Robert Bennett.
Okie dokie. I will make my way there. I've been kind of stationed at Utopia Planitia and working on the logistics of getting things ready to go and kind of shuttling between there and the ship and space dock in San Francisco. Robert Bennett was the Admiral's name?
Yes.
All right.
Okay. So I am assuming you're wanting to jump to that scene?
Yes, that'd be fine.
Okay. All right. You enter in the Admiral's office. There you'll find a pull her out here. There is a Lieutenant Talzia who's staying here with the Admiral. I'm sorry, I don't have a picture for the Admiral at this time. Along with two other ambassadors. The Admiral kind of like stands and walks up, and like, Captain Haggard, thank you for company, or thank you for coming so quickly.
Of course, sir, and it's Haggard, actually.
Call me Bob.
Very well, Bob.
Haggard, just want to let you know, this is Lieutenant Talzia. She's been working with the Trill ambassadorial staff here on Earth for their ascension talks and joining the Federation. The other two ambassadors are Ambassador Prax and Ambassador Rel. And both of them just kind of nod to you.
Pleasure to meet you all.
If you don't mind, I'd like to get kind of straight to the point. Currently, the Argo, I know, is unfinished, and there are many systems that still need to be finished. I am ordering the Argo to take an Ambassador Cal to Trillius Prime. He has fallen ill, and currently we lack the medical facilities to treat the Ambassador. I don't need to say how serious this matter is. Lieutenant Talzia will be accompanied to ensure the ambassador's good health.
Of course, sir. We'll be happy to render any assistance we can, and we'll get the ambassador home to Trill Prime at best possible speed.
I am aware that your transporters and targeting sensors are offline, but the engineers at drydock assured me that there's nothing that a good engineer can't fix on the journey. Though I am kind of troubled about some of the minor other nuisances it seems to be, at least with your environmental systems. Hopefully that won't be a problem for you.
Well, I have a great crew, and my engineer is top-notch. I'm sure we'll be fine, sir.
Well, if you have any questions for me, Captain, you're ordered to depart at 0800 hours.
Certainly, we'll my chief medical officer be receiving the necessary data to take care of the ambassador en route? I know we can't, if we can't address the concerns here at Starfleet headquarters, that we won't be able to do much on the Argo, but at least to keep the ambassador comfortable as possible.
I believe Lieutenant Talzia will see to most of the ambassador's needs. However, if your CMO wishes to inquire about certain information, he will need to go through the lieutenant on that.
Understood. Well, I'd best get a move on. Lieutenant, do you need me to arrange transport for you and the ambassador?
Yes, if you don't mind. That'd be most appreciated.
Is he mobile?
We'll be shuffling him over to the shuttle bay at the appropriate time, but he can be moved.
Very good. My shuttle is at your disposal if you want to join me and fly direct from headquarters here to Utopia Planitia.
I will make the necessary arrangements.
All right. If you will all excuse me, I have some leaves to cancel. And I head out and let's see. I will use my communicator to. I will send out an alert canceling all leaves and ordering all of Argo's crew to report for duty aboard the Argo at we're leaving at 0600 tomorrow, is that right?
0800.
0800.
You scheduled to depart 0800.
Okay. So all crew to report. What time is it now?
I didn't say that. It's actually probably the day before, late in the evening, probably somewhere around 10 p.m., 11.
Okay. All crew to report to the Argo by 0600. And then I will wait with my shuttle for Lieutenant Tazal and the ambassador, who was Cal, okay.
Some time passes. It's not immediate, so you probably maybe waiting 45, almost to an hour before a group of medical officers are trailing an ambassador who's sort of almost seems to appear on life support into the shuttle.
And during that hour, I will alert Master Chief Specialist Marlowe to expect a intensive care level patient.
This is Marlowe, sir. Can you be a little more specific?
I'll get you more details as soon as I know. We're transporting a Trill ambassador to Trillius Prime. I know that he's able to be moved, but is in serious condition that cannot be treated here at Starfleet headquarters. His nurse, I suppose, or caregiver will be with him and will provide whatever medical details you might need.
Do they want... Oh, go ahead.
Contact Lieutenant Lisa Tazal for any records you might need. And what was your question?
Sorry about that, sir. I was simply curious, do you want them set up in sickbay, or should we move some medical equipment to a quarters?
Does the Argo GM have kind of nicer ambassadorial quarters or whatever, or are those offline? What's our deal?
You might have a couple of VIP quarters. I wouldn't say they're like T&G nice level, but...
Yeah, fair enough. Coordinate with Lieutenant Tazal if possible. Set the ambassador up in one of the VIP quarters. If between the two of you decide sick bay is the more appropriate place, then make it so.
Understood, sir. I will have it done.
Haggard out.
So during this time, this is free roleplay, so whoever wants to kick things off, they're more than welcome to.
I was just going to say, Lieutenant Sonadel is currently in her apartment in San Francisco. When she gets that, when she gets the alert, and she curses under her breath, and kind of looks back in the room in her bedroom and is like, "Oh, great! Now I have to explain this." And she goes, and there's a human male sleeping in the bed, and she's like, "Hey, you're gonna have to get up. I gotta go. Like, it's time to go." And then she will pack her bags and make for the nearest shuttle port. So, yep, that's her. And she will be there probably about 2 in the morning.
Martel's gonna find the captain. Once he gets on board.
Okay. I'm gonna say this is probably, while you guys are role playing this out, the captain's still getting ready to try to ferry the ambassador over. So.
Okay, then mine can wait.
I mean, you're welcome to contact me if it's something we can do communication-wise.
I mean, yeah, it is.
Okay.
It is something we can. So yeah, I'll contact you.
Haggard here. Go ahead.
Captain, it's Martel. You mean to tell me we're leaving space dock here soon?
0800, engineer. We've got a medical emergency we're transporting to Trillius Prime. I'm going to need best possible speed.
Captain, if we leave at that time, I would highly recommend not getting into a fight. These targeting sensors are not going to be ready.
Well, although these are famous last words, hopefully this is just going to be a milk run. We're just transporting a very sick Trill home to get the medical care he or she needs. But your caution is understood. What targeting sensors are down? How are our actual phasers and photon torpedo loadouts?
I mean, until we get the targeting sensors up, I can't even calibrate the damn things.
Well, I understand that Lieutenant Morgan is an excellent shot, so if necessary, and I hope it won't be, we'll just have to trust him to have a keen eye. What can you give me as far as engines and shields?
Engines, shields, they should be good. We should be able to move fine, but I mean, I'm going to have to get transporters underway. I mean, good grief, I've still got environmental systems on deck 16 giving me fluctuations.
Don't worry too much about the transporters. I'm thinking this is going to be a shuttle run mission as far as the Trill Ambassador is concerned. That's the impression I got from the Admiral. But I'll leave the priorities up to you.
All right, Captain.
All right. Haggard out.
Clicks it off his communicator and goes, famous last words.
I guess at some point I would try to get with the lieutenant liaison. But if she would prefer to wait until she's in person, I don't mind waiting.
Should probably wait until she's on the ship.
Okay, I can wait then.
So Lieutenant Morgan at this time would have been doing some late night drinking at his apartment in San Francisco when he receives the order. Silently curses under his breath because he knows that he's going to have hell of a hangover tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. But is of course dedicated to making it there and making a good impression. Through the haze, he knows that he needs to try to reach out to the captain really quickly to get some information over to him as quickly as possible. So he, through communication channels, reaches out to the captain and sees if he can get him on.
Haggard here. Go ahead, Mr. Morgan.
Captain Haggard, just received our orders. Be at the Argo at 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. I did have something I wanted to tell you, though, sir. Looks like the photon torpedoes are not going to arrive until Tuesday, so we might be shipping out with no complement of photon torpedoes, phasers only.
And Chief Engineer Martell just told me that the targeting systems are still not up and running, so the phasers aren't even calibrated. I'm going to need you to work with him, if possible, to get me phasers if I need them. Again, hopefully we're not going to. Looks like we're going to have full power and engines, but we're not going to be up to fighting strength for this run.
I would say not, sir. We would be shooting blinds and not shooting at 100% capacity. So, but yeah, I'll work with engineering and see what we can do.
Very good. Carry on.
Thank you, sir. See you tomorrow morning.
Damn, I forgot the deflector array.
Wolfgang will be. He's in the middle of a scene. Opens up with him in the middle of what's the word? A dinner at a museum somewhere in North America, not San Francisco. There's more to Earth, damn you. No. But yes, he's kind of standing there. He's kind of chatting with some other people at a museum event. Eventually, hears the beep out of his pocket. He kind of excuses himself briefly. Finds a quiet room somewhere. Taps it. Say again, Control. What was that?
You are ordered to report to the USS Argo immediately. The Argo is scheduled to be underway at 0800 tomorrow morning.
Very well. Is it currently in dock at Earth dock, or?
It is still at Utopia Planitia.
Oh, okay. Very well. Could you patch me to Stardock transporter control?
Hold on. Transferring.
Thank you.
This is Space Stop control, transporter room control.
Hello, I need one to beam up to Stardock, and I need a somewhere to get a uniform. Apparently, I'm going on duty in a few hours, and I need a shuttle set up for Utopia Planitia.
All right. As soon as I get you beamed up here, Commander, you can be able to. I'm sure you can find someone to take care of that for you. Just hold your position and hold on tight.
Standing by.
And you find yourself on Earth Space Dock in their transporter room.
Thank you. Have a good day. He kind of just strides out of the room, still dressed in a nice suit. kind of has a glass of wine in it in one hand. Goes, oh, walks it over to one of the controllers. Here you go. Take care of that, would you please? Thank you.
And they just kind of looked at you like mind blown. Like, what? What am I supposed to do with this? The one guy motions like, just stay on the transporter. We'll do something funny with it. As they whisper.
Don't break anything.
And after I've spoken with the engineer and the security officer, I will contact my XO.
Okay.
Commander Wartburg here. Go ahead.
Wolf, it's Ulysses. We've got I'm assuming you got the alert.
Yes, I did.
Sorry to interrupt your evening. It looks like we've got a Trill ambassador who's part of the delegation negotiating the Trill's entry into the Federation has fallen grievously ill. It's bad enough where they can't treat it at Starfleet headquarters, so we're on an emergency run to Trillius Prime. Engineer tells me we've got engines and shields. We're still having trouble with the environmental systems. Targeting sensors are down, as are the transporters. Security informs me that we're not going to have photon torpedoes either. So this should be a milk run, but you know how that works out.
Captain, two questions. Pardon me. Sorry, rushing. So you're saying, Captain, that the minds and expertise of Starfleet Medical were unable to treat the ambassador. So we're shipping them home, and that hopefully will, I suppose they would know their species more, but still, it's...
Well, I agree. However, I was in the room with a Starfleet admiral and no less than 2 Trill ambassadors, and it does appear to be time sensitive. I don't know what's up with the medical issue. That's beyond my expertise. Perhaps Chief Marlowe will be able to tell us more, but all I know is they're needing a driver, and we're it.
Great. Actually, that's the second thing. Are we the only ship and dock that's ready to fly? We're still like a week with fits going on right now. That's why I thought that's why I went down to Earth.
Well, honestly, even without being 100% ready for space, we're the fastest thing in Sector 001. There's not a ship out there that can outrun the Argo. So I'm assuming that's why they chose us.
Huh. We've turned into emergency first response. Didn't think that would be happening anytime soon. Excuse me. All right. Do you want a senior staff meeting in the morning as well, or are we just assembling in the bridge, sir?
Yeah, let's have a senior staff at, let's see, call it 0730.
0730, all right.
It shouldn't take long. We can get any introductions done that need to get done, and we'll hit the road, as it were.
All right, Captain. I'll see you there. I'll get the meeting arranged as soon as possible. I just have to grab a shuttle to get to Planitia.
I'm still in San Francisco. I'll be transporting the ambassador and his aide via shuttle direct. You'll be there before I will, so coordinate with Martel and Morgan as necessary to get us as ready to go as we can. Looks like it's going to be an all-nighter for everyone.
Aye, sir.
Haggard out.
Get a starship, I said. See the stars, I said. He's going to straight off and get or transport to the Argo.
Okay. So, Captain, you arrive on the in your shuttle on the Argo. There
right.
you'll find your CMO waiting for you, carrying both the ambassador and his essentially nurse.
All right. Chief Marlowe, Lieutenant Tazal.
What do you do there? Is this our patient?
Yes, he's very ill. Like to
I
get him
can
back
see
home
that.
as soon as possible. Yeah, and like I said earlier, he's on life support.
All right. I would have the equivalent of a medical tricorder for the TOS era on hand. I guess I'll sort of show it to them and said, would you mind if I ran a scan just so I have one for my records?
I have already done the necessary scan. Is there any information you'd like to know?
Quite a bit, actually. What is he eating? When was the last time he did eat? Does he have any problems with his electrolyte balance? And I just start rattling off terminology after terminology. And then, after maybe a minute of this, I realize what I'm doing and say, sorry, I take this sort of thing very seriously. Perhaps we can walk and talk.
I'll leave you two
Certainly.
to it. Doctor, if there's anything you need, let me know. You'll have it.
Will do, sir.
Lieutenant? And I head for the bridge.
As you're walking and talking with the lieutenant, she hands you a sort of the time for equivalent data pad for, the TOS slash motion picture era. Big and bulky. It's like, Doctor, this is all the pertinent information that we have on the ambassador, as well as all the questions that you've inquired.
Okay. Of course, I'm going to look through it, but would you like maybe a roll to see if I pick out anything that seems off?
Yeah. Make a insight plus medicine roll. Difficulty. Let's go 3.
Well, my insight isn't great, so this'll be great. Does xenobiology apply as a focus?
Certainly.
Cool. All right, no pressure. First roll of the entire campaign. Tell you what, I'm gonna give you a threat for a third die.
Don't frack up.
And it
All right.
begins.
I don't even need to re-roll it.
Wow.
Yay, momentum!
Wow. So yes, that's 3 momentum. So whoever's keeping track of that.
I guess that's me. So I just grab him from the draw. No, I guess he should do it.
He does this a lot, so just let him
Okay.
do it.
Oh no, that's perfectly fine with me. Trust me.
Sorry, I forgot to type up something. So
No, it's okay.
Problems.
So as I look this all over with the information you've just sent me, I come to the very same conclusion, and I ask, "Pardon me, Lieutenant, but there's nothing in these records that would indicate what the ambassador has or what even might be causing it. I'm gonna need more than this if I'm going to be treating him and making sure he stays alive for the trip back to Trillius Prime."
well, doctor, I've been in charge with care for this patient, and I assure you that I will be handling the majority of his needs.
I'm debating how far to go with this. I guess I finally say, very well, we might have a talk later about that, but for now, here are your quarters, and I show them inside. We've brought up some equipment, the ones you've requested. If you need any additional help and I'm not around, you can pretty much call me at any time, even at the dead of night, and I will be on 24/7 page. Of course, if I'm not available, I will send one of my very capable nurses to handle the problem in my stead. Do you have any questions about this?
No, thank you very much.
Very well. I will help you get it set up here, and then I believe I have a meeting I have to get to, and I will spend the next however many hours getting the ambassador situated.
Okay. I'm not gonna make you roll for this. So I get all the equipment set up. You move him into the bed with all the him hooked up and everything. From what you can tell, he's stable. Isn't going anywhere, that's for sure.
All right. Well, once I'm satisfied that he is not going to go anywhere on me and that his immediate needs are cared for, I will return to sickbay until I'm needed for the senior staff meeting.
Yeah. Anybody
Alright.
who needs a shuttle, I am getting one, so I can pick them up from Earth Space Dock or wherever.
And
Make
once
that a thing too.
Haggard is on the bridge, I would like to try and create an advantage using command to kind of organize the logistics and help us see if I can't create an advantage where I help organize things enough where we can maybe get an extra thing or two done. Is that something I can do?
As in, you're wanting to try to get a system lock online? Or, functioning?
I'm sorry, what?
So, sorry. I was reading something. So, state what you're wanting to do. Again, just so
I'm
I'm clear.
wanting to use my command abilities to help organize and make the workflow kind of efficient, and basically use that to create an advantage to help things get as much stuff get ready as possible.
Okay.
Basically, we fix 2 for 1.
Alright, give me a control plus command difficulty 2.
Okay. And 2 will give you a threat for a third die. I think I have any focuses that are going to, or talents that are going to work here. So there we go. No, none of us are ending up like that.
No, the ambassador is in way worse condition than that. Alright,
He doesn't even get a blinking light.
Yeah, he's pretty much in an unconscious state. Okay, yeah, so you have the advantage. For the advantage, on the next task of your choosing, you can lower the difficulty by 1. Or however you want to use
Fine.
that. Or you can also use that to get some photon torpedoes. Since you have none.
Should probably do that, because, because we need targeting systems. Oh, shit. Anyway, I'm shutting up.
Yeah, I think, honestly, I would rather use it to lower the difficulty of getting the targeting systems back online when Martel gets to that. If that suits. He's on deck 16, says so right there.
Yeah.
So that works. Why not? He's just whacking at the spanner. Work,
So
damn
you're
work.
burning the midnight oil is what you're telling me.
Yeah, literally, I'm on deck 16 going, stupid piece of crap!
Okay. So I will let you, because I actually have the task to repair that in the next scene, but what I will let you do is you can roll an insight plus engineering because you're trying to figure out what's wrong with the environmental controls on deck 16.
Oh, great. Focus in EPS power systems or computers.
Let's make it insight or reason.
Okay, thank
We
you.
can do that.
Do I have an applicable focus?
Let me look at your sheet real quick. Yes.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
So yeah,
It is.
I'm literally.
Yeah. So it's literally driving you nuts because as you're walking down the corridor trying to figure out what's wrong with the environmental control system, you go into one room where it's bitter cold, and another room that it's practically a sauna inside there. There doesn't seem to be any place on deck 16 where you can find a decent ambient temperature in any room.
Okay.
And I'm gonna spend some thread here, and I'm gonna give you, because you've been burning the midnight oil, trying to figure out this problem on deck 16. You're going to have sort of a fatigue status upon your character, so all your tasks that you will increase by complication of +1. So you'll be rolling
Okay.
complication range 2 for all future tasks until you get a good night's sleep. All right. So at this point, are we wanting to go to the briefing?
I mean,
Or oh, that's right.
Flying shuttle.
Someone needs to get back.
I am just flying a shuttle.
Okay. Who are you taking with you?
The two people that were on Earth with me. So even though so Morgan and Commander Warford.
Okay. So as the three of you boarded a shuttle, and I'm assuming you're piloting.
Yep.
Okay. I'm not gonna make you make a roll for it, getting out of the space dock, because it's pretty much hands off, as they tractor beam you out. Space dock gives you the all clear, and you proceed to a low warp speed to Utopia Planitia.
Yeah.
So, if the three of you want to roleplay anything out, you're more than welcome to.
She just kind of looks back while flying and goes, "Hi, I'm Kenra." To Morgan, because I don't think she's met him yet. I will be your pilot for this trip. And then she goes into bad airline puns.
Morgan just says, hi, back. Still kind of nursing a little bit of a hangover in the morning, but try not to let it show. And politely sits through the bad airline puns, secretly kind of enjoying them.
She just kind of looks and is like, I assume your character is Delton as well.
Yeah, so I'm kind of a half human, half Delton.
Oh, okay. She just kind of looks back and goes, "Huh? Thought I was the only Delton on the crew. That's neat."
No. Got a half human, half Delton here. Both my parents were in Starfleet and struck up a slightly unusual relationship, but they made it work.
Yeah. I have, sorry, full Delton. Just, yeah. And she just kind of like cuts it off because she's like, okay, this is now it's kind of getting weird because nobody like she knows like the talking, but in her brain the conversation has gotten awkward, so she just kind of trails off into like watching the stars. She's kind of flighty.
Gotcha.
Wah wah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know, right?
Do you want some alone time up front?
No.
Yeah, I can go in the back.
Oh, where would be the fun in that, Commander? Everybody needs an audience. She just kind of smirks a little bit.
The love boat soon will be making.
But she says, no, I'll have us at the Argo here in just a little bit.
Can you get clears to see if we can go a bit faster? The less time we spend in space, the more we can get our work done before the morning.
I'm spending 2 threats to create a complication.
Bum, bum, bum.
Sure.
No, keep going. I'll come up here soon.
She's going to ask for clearance to go faster.
Please state the nature of the increased level need for speed.
I am carrying one of the command staff of the Argo, and they need to depart as soon as possible. Or make it to the ship as soon as possible.
Checking, hold on for clearance.
And this is
A couple
the part
moments
where
pass by. Clearance granted. You may increase speed to warp factor 2.
Well, that shut me up.
And yeah, she does that. She goes up to warp 2. Still not as fast as she'd like to go, but it's a start.
Nothing happens. You increase speed, you're doubling your time, essentially, kinda. So you arrive there a whole whopping, 10 minutes faster than you normally would have. Come out of warp at in front of Utopia Planitia. As you pilot yourself around, you see all the lovely ships currently in construction or being refitted. And then you pull up alongside of the USS Argo.
Whoa, she's big. Oh.
Let's see. Celestial class, Pathfinder reconnaissance mission profile. What else on here? Brand new impulse drives, secondary reactors, advanced sensor suites, which are probably not working properly because that's how that works. And a new shield array. So, hooray! We hit anything, we're probably going to bounce up. But
yeah, she's stuttering at the whole, all the engine stuff. She's just like, ooh, oh, nice.
Yeah, Morgan's just salivating at just the sheer size and power of the ship. Just kind of sitting there in awe, taking it all in.
You got stuck with the kids, Commander. Sorry about that.
Lieutenant, you're the flight command. You're assigned flight controller for the ship, aren't you?
Yes, sir.
Have you had a chance to look over the shuttle complement or the engines yet?
I can't say that I have yet. I wasn't expecting us to leave for another couple of weeks.
Oh, guess what you're going to be doing the moment we land?
Yes,
Before
sir.
the captain asks you. There you go.
And she just kind of drops her head a little bit. Like, damn it.
And you're Morgan, right? Lieutenant Morgan?
Yes, sir.
Right. Assigned Chief of Security, correct?
Correct, sir.
All right. What can you tell me about its weapon complement, our security complement?
Much like my fellow lieutenant here, I have some studying to do as soon as I get on the ship. However, based on what I've recently seen, we will not have photon torpedoes until later in the week, so we might be leaving dock without them. And, based on what I was seeing, I'm not sure that we have targeting systems available at this point, so we're going to have some work to do.
Yes, indeed, you will have some work to do there, Lieutenant. Because you want to give the captain an answer of yes the moment he has the meeting at 07:30. So.
Yes, sir.
Not to get too personal, but you two, all your medications in? We don't need to wait for that?
Yes, sir. The doctor has it on file, and I carry my own case, and she kind of shows it.
Oh, it's on my pad too. Sorry, I should have kept reading. I apologize. I didn't need to ask that.
It's okay, sir. It's understandable.
And sir, as you continue reading, you'll notice that I have no need of any medication. So, one less thing to worry about.
Oh, I read a paper once that Half-Delton still had to take minor amounts of the medication anyway for chemical balances. Is that not a case for you? Scientific
what was
curiosity.
that?
I was just saying you don't have to answer that. I was just more asking out of curiosity more than anything.
Well, since you've given me permission not to answer the question, I will politely decline to answer that question, sir.
As is your right, as is your right. I hate shipyards so much.
Oh, I love them, Commander. You can see all the potential.
Yeah, I'd rather be on the inside of the ship before we see the potential of the vacuum of space.
All right, are you gonna ask for clearance for landing on board the Argo?
Yeah. She does that as we're after taking a trip around. She does do that. Yeah. Mostly for her own benefit.
All right. You open a hail to the Argo. This is Ensign Mira. Shuttlecraft, you are clear to dock. Just fair warning, the tractor emitter just went offline. You're going to have to fly in manually.
All right. Thank you for the heads up, Argo. That's fine. I can take it from here. And she proceeds to do a manual docking. Or
Okay,
manual
give me.
landing.
Yep. Give me a daring plus con.
Yep.
Difficulty is going to be 3. Complication range is 2.
Okay. Then I'm going to use small craft, and I'm going to give you a threat for a third dice.
We also have momentum if you'd rather.
Nope.
Okay.
But thank you,
Lieutenant,
Captain. Sorry, Commander. Oh, let me re-roll that 0 as I talk. The tractor beams for landing aren't working at the moment. Don't worry, sir. I'll get you in there safely.
Alright, you bank 2 momentum out. You can also use the shuttle too. One of the shuttlecraft for the assist, if you so
Somebody
desire.
has a better
Which is
computer.
it's engines plus con.
Oh, got it.
Alright, you should be at 5 momentum. And like a whiz and a pro, you gently glide the shuttlecraft inside the shuttle bay of the Argo, and you safely touch down.
See? Nothing to it, Commander.
Good flying.
Thank you, sir.
You're going to want to talk to engineering about fixing that attractor emitter if we want to be having any of our shuttles moving around, unless you want me to talk to him.
I can do that, sir.
Okay.
Yeah. And when I get off the shuttle bay, I will track down the chief engineer.
He's still on deck 16.
That's fine. She'll go to deck 16 then. She asked the
Okay.
computer where he's at. Yeah. Or, the equivalent.
Lieutenant Commander Martel is on deck 16.
Okie dokie. Time to go meet a new face.
Martel, you want me to activate one of the engineering support to give you a hand?
Not right now, no.
Okay.
Okay, so you head down to deck 16, and as soon as you get off the turbolift on deck 16, you are rushed by an intense feeling of hot air as it brushed past your skin. I mean, hot. It's like practically like an oven.
Oh, feels like Nevada in here. Ha. And she just kind of soldiers on the best she can.
When you finally find Martel, he's got beads of sweat dripping off his head, his uniform is soaked, and he's kicking a console. Come on, you damn thing, work!
Lieutenant Commander?
What?
Lieutenant Sonadel, I'm the flight controller. I hate to add to your problems, but, the tractor beams for our landing tractors aren't working. I had to come in manually.
Damn it, was that something I did here? They were working 5 minutes ago.
Maybe I can help. And she just basically I want to assist him making another roll to look for the problem. If that's allowed.
If you give me 2 momentum, I'll allow it. So you're gonna essentially create an advantage to redo that reroll.
Sure, yeah.
Alright. Make a insight or...
Wow. Okay. At least he succeeded. Get rid of the complication, please.
No, he didn't. It's difficulty 2.
I know, but he got 1 success, meaning I can roll.
Yeah.
I don't have the complication range he does.
No, he rolled a natural 20.
You said it was difficulty 2?
Yeah.
There we go. It's like, no, Lieutenant Commander, it's down in this junction, over here, sir.
Oh! Good grief, if it was a snake it would have bit me. It's this stinking EPS relay overloaded. Great!
Sir, may I be dismissed? I'd like to familiarize myself with the controls on the bridge.
Yeah, sure. I'll take care of your tractor beams in a minute.
Thank you, sir. And she turns around and vamonos.
Okay.
and goes to the bridge.
I'll let you do one roll on this. The difficulty, since you now know what the problem is, essentially the insight is to, it's going to be actually difficulty 2 instead.
Okay, is this control security or control engineering? My bad.
This will be, it will be a control plus engineering. Difficulty is 2, magnitude is 3, resistance is 1. Work 15.
Okay, so I've got EPS power systems as a focus. So that works. I also have 2 talents, Nick of Time and 10 Scrutiny. So those will come into play here. I still have Complication Range 2. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm gonna... Good grief. I'm gonna spend my determination better with machines than people.
Early.
Because that was made abundantly clear.
Whew. All right. Roll
It's-
7 challenge dice.
Yeah. Ding. That is 1, 2, 4 piercing
Fire.
automatic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 work. 7, actually, my
Okay.
bad.
All right. That's 1 breakthrough. You do know this is going to take you a while because you're going through and replacing all the overloaded EPS conduits as well as some of the sensors on deck 16.
Oh, great.
So we'll come back to that later.
Did we generate a couple of momentum there with the?
Yeah,
termination?
We
No,
should have
difficulty
generated 2
2.
because I
No.
spent my
Oh.
determination as well.
Oh, so it was 4.
That's right. Okay, so yeah,
So,
you have
yeah.
2 momentum. Or 3
3.
momentum.
And I need to roll this. Ah, crap. Okay.
All right. Is there any role playing you guys want to finish up before we do a time jump here to the conference room meeting?
The captain, about 20 till will about till the time for the meeting, will head down to his quarters, take a quick sonic shower, uniform change, make sure the depilatory is still working on his chin, and order. Are we still in the era of galleys, or do we have
Yeah.
There's still galleys.
synthesizers? Okay.
There's food synthesizers, and then there's the galley as well.
Okay. I'm going to have the galley prepare an urn of coffee from my personal stock. Most of a good chunk of the captain's allotted cargo space is taken up with very, very good coffee beans, perfectly roasted in stasis. So, really good urn of coffee for everybody at the meeting.
Yay.
Okay. Anything else? Alright, I'll take that as a note. Alright, we're going to transition to deck 1.
Ooh,
Over
maps.
to where the meeting. Yep, maps.
Nice. To zoom out and look at this map. Oh, nice.
Alright, it is currently what do you say, 7:30? Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. And everyone has filed in. Most are pretty much tired and gluttonous. So others might seem excited.
Mm.
Maybe a little.
There's the coffee service set up. All of the coffee service, they're all these heavy, they look like old school U.S. Navy, those heavy ceramic Navy coffee mugs, all of them with the Argo's construction code number and a stylized Greek trireme as kind of the ship's symbol.
Martel, when he walks in, he goes, he's literally still drenched in sweat. And he's like, ooh, is that coffee?
Help yourself, engineer.
Thanks, Cap. And he literally just walks over, grabs the cup, and just drains it all in one go.
It's no way to treat a good cup of coffee, but
Having probably been there before the captain even, Marlowe would concur with this and say, "You must appreciate the coffee. The captain has gone to great lengths to bring it for us."
Sorry, Doc. I've been up all night. EPS relays on deck 16.
I'm just going to tell you this once, and I'm not going to repeat it. If I find that you are skirting normal sleep hours like this, say extensively, I will not hesitate to order you. You may technically outrank me in all things, but as CMO, I have certain abilities.
I understand, Doc. No need to worry.
I think we can make an exception just this once. The orders came on us suddenly, and of course, this is a life-threatening situation. So, but yeah, engineer, as soon as you're able, I want you to get 8 hours, 6 minimum.
As soon as I get these EPS relays up, I still got to do the targeting sensors. That'll have to be later.
Fair enough. Well, is everyone here now, or?
Yeah, Lieutenant Sonadel comes in and goes, "Ooh, coffee," and starts filling a glass. And you'll notice it's straight black. She doesn't put anything in it.
Proper.
Yeah, Morgan's gonna shuffle into the room a little bit low energy, not saying anything, and grab a cup of coffee and kind of slink down in this chair.
All right, I think we're all here. I'll stack up the pile of pads in front of me. So, how goes the conduits, Commander Martel?
I've got about a third of them replaced. I got to do some of the sensors, and you can actually hear he's kind of still groggy.
Mm.
Other than that, it should take me like 2 more hours and I'll be done.
All right.
To be fair, Captain, he was fixing something that the engineers at Space Dock shouldn't have missed.
Well, we're probably going to find a lot of this on this trip. The ship was not scheduled to leave for a couple of more weeks. This is an emergency that came up. Fortunately, engines, I believe, are online and fully ready to go. Commander?
Engines. Oh, was that the chief engineer? Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Engines, shields, sensors, except for the targeting sensors, they're all working fine. Our docking, according to Lieutenant Sonadel here, our docking tractor beam went out. Targeting sensors are out. And transporters are still out.
After you get the environmental controls on 16 taken care of, make the targeting sensors your crew's priority. And you don't have to do all of this yourself. Get a couple of your seconds to assist.
I'll get them working on it. Don't worry about it.
Your full engineer complement should be in by now, so you should be able to get full use out of them.
Lieutenant Sanadell, it looks like you're going to be giving the engines a full workout.
Yes, sir. Looking forward to it, sir.
Glad to have you aboard. I'm a big fan of your senior project paper from your senior 4th year at the academy.
And at mentioning that, she kind of blushes a little bit. Thank you, sir. I really didn't understand why former flight controllers couldn't put the math together, sir.
Well, I'm sure with this ship you'll have plenty of opportunity to put math together on a regular basis, not to mention flying by the seat of your pants.
And she kind of perks up at that.
Lieutenant Morgan, I understand we have no photon torpedoes. Can you tell me anything about the phaser systems?
That is correct, sir. Unfortunately, we won't have photon torpedoes for this run, at least. Phasers are online, though. Of course, with the targeting systems being what they are, that might present a little bit of an issue. But again, the good thing is that we do have full phaser complement ready to go, and should have full power there.
Well, hopefully we won't need it. But if so, how confident are you in your abilities to take and phaser shots without the targeting systems to assist you?
Sir, if needed, I'm a more than capable shot. I feel confident that if we don't have the targeting systems up, I'll be able to do what I can to defend the ship.
Excellent. Dr. Marlowe, how is our patient?
So Marlowe doesn't answer right away. You see him looking at a pad, and maybe about 10 seconds after silence falls, he realizes it and says, "You must excuse me, Captain. I was re-reviewing everything we have on our patient, and may I speak frankly, sir?"
Of course.
Well, sir, I don't know what the hell's wrong with him. Everything that I'm seeing indicates he should be a healthy individual, but obviously he's not. I mean, you saw his state. He's on basic life support, and yet everything I have from his aide indicates that there's nothing wrong with him. There's nothing to indicate that there's a problem, and that infuriates me. I don't like not knowing what's wrong with him.
That's odd. Exo, what do we know about the Trill?
Mr. GM, what do I know of Trill and Trill culture? Because I don't know how secretive they are at present time.
They're still very secretive at this time. Like, the whole thing with that doesn't come out for almost 80 years.
Well, sir, despite my travels, the Trill people are I only know of one other species that's nearly as secretive as they are, and they have a planet that no one's allowed to go to. So, that is to say, we know next to nothing. We know what little they are allowed to tell us, and they keep everything to themselves. It doesn't seem to be a military sort of thing. It's not a Klingon Secrets Act or anything. It seems to be something to protect some cultural aspects. Maybe it's a religion thing, but they're not forthcoming with any information. And until they sign up with the membership, there's a lot that they're not going to tell us until this is all settled.
Well, Federation Charter and our agreements with the Trill allow them to keep allow them technically to keep a lot of things from us if they want to, and Lord knows they wouldn't be the first member species to be more reticent about their cultural, biological, or even religious practices. So we may have to live with it, Dr. Marlowe. However, if it looks at any point that the ambassador's life is at stake, I'll trust you to do what is necessary and to maintain your medical doctor-patient privilege should anything come to light that the ambassador doesn't wish further known.
Of course, I would not be a Master Chief if I didn't know how to keep my mouth shut. And I just sort of smile.
True words, Mr. Marlowe. XO, do you have anything for us?
One thing, point of order. Commander Martell, do you wish to expound on your report before I continue?
What part, Commander?
Status of the ship, perhaps?
I mean, nothing that I can't think of.
The transporters, perhaps?
They're offline, aren't they?
And what is the status of the repair of the transporters?
They don't.
Couple
Okay,
days.
so
No.
They're not-
This is Martell doing this
Okay.
on purpose.
Yeah.
all right.
Couple days and they should be online.
Very good, Martell. Just wanted to get that point settled. As for the time being, crew morale seems to be on the side of tired, since we're all basically burning the midnight oil to keep ourselves ready to go for the investigatorial staff, Captain. At present time, I believe that the staff, according to the looking over their files, everyone here seems capable of doing their jobs. Everyone seems eager. Some of us a little too eager. Nods at Martell. But everyone's doing their job, so it's hard to complain about anything. Final point, I would actually request, Captain, which you would like me, what part of our many list of needs before we leave dock do you wish me to expedite? I could probably speak with certain personnel on station and see if we can get torpedoes, maybe some help with the targeting sensors, but I'll probably be dedicating all my time until we leave to try to get answers. The bureaucracy is annoying beast, if nothing else.
Indeed. Torpedoes would be some lovely icing on the cake, but targeting sensors we need up.
All right.
If there's nothing else, my intention is to make a straight, fast run for Trillius Prime. No muss, no fuss. Lieutenant Sanadell, you and Lieutenant... there she is. Lieutenant Haran will plot us as direct a course as possible. And
Yes, sir.
I believe, I checked the chronometer, we should be able to leave dock in just a few moments. So, if there's nothing else, dismissed.
And she
Martell
kind
gets up and heads back to deck 16.
Sonadel just kind of looks at her half-drank cup of coffee, sighs because she knows she's about to have to downs it, and goes to take her station at Con and relieve Ensign Heron.
She's technically in the navigator seat.
Oh, well then, yeah, she'll just take her spot.
Haggard will go ahead, fill up his cup one more time, and take it with him to the center seat.
Marlowe would probably take his own cup of coffee and head back down to the sick bay.
All right.
Morgan's going to top his off and go take his post.
I believe I put tactical there.
All right. Ms. Mira, open us a channel to Utopia Planitia Control.
Yes, sir. Patching you through.
Utopia Planitia Control, this is USS Argo, requesting permission to leave dock.
Permission granted, Argo, and good luck.
Roger that. Lieutenant Sanadell, take us out. 1/4 impulse.
Yes, sir. And she starts off with maneuvering thrusters to get out of the docking ring, and then goes to 1/4 impulse.
Oh, I thought we were in one
Okay.
of those
You're in a dry
Well,
dock.
You still have
Hater.
to You still have to use maneuvering thrusters to get through dry dock, just in case you hit something.
well, fair enough. That's why you're the
That,
pilot.
that is Starfleet protocol. Despite Kirk's constant orders, like, no. 1/4 impulse. Let's go. Hurry up.
So once she clears, she'll go to 1/4 impulse, and then when she reaches the edge of the system, warp 11 to Trillius Prime.
All right.
Yep.
Give me a reason plus con, difficulty 3 to plot a course. I believe that is, and then this will be assisted by the ship's
The
computers
ship's what?
plus con. Computers plus con.
Okay.
And it's
Difficulty is 3. Yep.
Okay. Sure. Why not? I have a focus in flight control systems. I'm going to give you...
No.
No,
It would be
astronavigation.
astronavigation.
I
Yeah.
have that.
Okay then.
Let's see. And then it's 2. I'm gonna give you I'm going to give you 1 threat and take the momentum for 4 dice. And yeah. And I'm going to re-roll that 0. It's better than nothing.
And there's the ship with 1.
Well, Martel had already rolled it.
Oh, sorry.
Geez, Captain, being helpful.
That is 1 momentum. And you plot the course for Trillius Prime. The speed you take, it's going to take approximately 10 days to reach Trillius Prime.
Yep.
You'll be going at warp 11, according to TOS era speed calculations.
Yeah.
Just warp 8.6 on the TNG scale. It says so right there.
Yep. That's what it told me.
All right.
So, yep.
Okay. As you slowly exit the system, the ship goes to warp.
Ensign Mira,
Yes, Commander.
I would like you to see if there's any ships going along our plotted route that could possibly meet up with us that happens to have a spare targeting sensor that they can that could be retrofitted into our system.
I will do my best, Commander.
Very good.
I think I will go see if I can be any assistance to our chief engineer. XO, you have the bridge.
I have the bridge, aye.
And,
All right. And at this point, we go to Sing 2. You guys go down 1 momentum. Which I believe that you're still at 1. Because you didn't. Yeah.
Yep.
So you're still on deck 16.
Yeah, I'm on deck 16, getting ready to try and finish up the CPS system.
All right. Believe the difficulty is actually at 1.
Because there was a breakthrough, yeah.
Yeah. There was a breakthrough.
It is still very warm, but not as warm as it was. And then some of the other rooms that were cold are still bitter cold. There's practically frost growing on one of the. I actually wrote the decks. What's on deck 16 again? One of the laboratories. There is actually frost. So yes, give me a control plus engineering difficulty 1.
That's 8 work.
Alright. I believe that actually completes the task. It does. That is exactly
Yay.
15. Working slightly a bit ahead of schedule. You are exhausted. And the environmental systems start working properly again, though it's going to take a while for the science labs on Deck 16 to defrost.
Great. I hope those things don't cause me any problems. I'm gonna pop open my communicator and go, give me a second. Martell to Anders.
Anders here. I'm assuming that's the supporting character. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
Hey, Anders, I just finished up on Deck 16. I need you to get another, engineering team. Start working on the targeting sensors, see if we can get those things online. I'm gonna go crash for a couple hours.
Yes, sir, but some of those systems have to still be assembled.
Which ones?
The transporters and the targeting sensors. Did you not read the handout I gave you?
Well, sorry, I've been trying to make the ship comfortable. So, both the targeting sensors and the transporters are disassembled right now? They're still in the box?
Well, the transporters are, but they were midway through putting the targeting sensors in.
Alright, well, get a crew together, start assembling it. I'll be there in 6 and troubleshoot it. See if anything else needs to be done.
Yeah, I think we ought to activate one of our crew support for one of the engineering folk.
That's basically what I'm doing. I'm activating Anders.
Okay, cool.
Alright.
And the captain will roll up his sleeves and help Anders with the targeting sensors.
Okay, so you already heard that I'm going to go crash for 6?
Sure.
Okay.
So, this is a difficulty 4 task. Control plus engineering. The magnitude is 5, work track is 25, resistance is 3.
All right. I'll assist. The captain will assist if somebody wants to roll for Anders.
Yeah, I've got him up right now unless someone else wants to.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm afraid to open up another page on my computer.
Okay. Alright, so difficulty is 4, you said?
Yes.
Oh boy, and I know he doesn't have a focus. He doesn't have any talents to help with this.
It's the first time he's been activated.
Yeah, I know.
That's why he's activated him.
What?
That's why he's activated him.
Yeah.
He's gonna be the backup engineer chief. So I'm gonna spend the momentum and roll 3.
You gave me 2 threat?
No, just spend
sorry.
the momentum.
Oh, that's right, never mind. No.
And it's difficulty 4?
Yeah.
Oof. And I can't do multiple dice. Is the ship assisting at all?
No.
Captain's not much help.
So he just kind of fumbles around and he's getting kind of aggravated. He's like, this should have been done at drydock.
Let's see, what's his rank?
He is a lieutenant, junior grade.
Take a deep breath, Lieutenant. You'll find in your career that lots of things that should have been done at dry docks often aren't. Just take the lesson and make sure whenever somebody's going to be counting on your work, it does get done.
Kind of breathes a little heavily. Understood, sir. Sorry about the frustration.
Perfectly understandable. Let's try this again.
Okay. And this time I am going to give you 3 threat.
All right.
Oh, there we go.
Nice.
Roll 6 challenge dice.
Well, there's an assist from the captain, too.
So that's 2 momentum. You can spend that momentum on a reroll and the
Ugh.
resistance if you want.
Yeah, definitely going to have to because that's barely even getting through. So that's 3 challenge dice. That's only 1 more effect. So that's only 2 work. Or 3 work, my bad.
Okay. Not enough for a breakthrough.
No.
Alright, we'll come back to that in a minute. Doctor, is there anything you would like to do?
Personally, I would be checking in on our patient pretty much every 2 hours, just kind of going by his quarters and seeing if he needs anything, checking the status of his life support instrumentation. But unless, there's some sort of a crisis, this is one of those thankful times where I just have time to, say, review everyone's medical record.
Okay. So if you're just going by the current quarters that the ambassador has been assigned to for his medical treatment, the lieutenant tells you that he's doing fine, gives you all the information on his current status in terms of with the life support, and as you go through and check all that stuff, you can make a roll if you want, but it's going to be a difficulty 0. For the medical equipment, it's just going to be insight plus medicine, difficulty 0.
I mean, that's free momentum. Of course, I'm going to roll. Yeah, let's see what happens. I'll take
Nice.
2.
That's 2 momentum. All the instruments are functioning as they should. There appears to be no problems. His life support is stable.
All right. Kind of what I'd like to do, if people are okay with it. I would like to create an advantage using that 2 momentum we just got. And that advantage is when the lieutenant isn't looking. I would like to adjust the instrumentation such that it gives me a more detailed readout should things get hairy.
I do not hear any objections. You
Nope.
can most certainly create that advantage if you want. I would even allow you, if you wanted to, you could do kind of your own scan if you want during the time that she's not looking.
If I can get away with it, yeah, I'd like to get a scan on him because I have a sneaking suspicion that given the state of the ship, that something is going to be wrong with sickbay, and I might need to rely on the equipment here to keep him alive as long as possible.
Okay. Give me a reason plus medicine, difficulty 2. Complication range is 2.
Okay. I'm going to give you 1 threat.
And you are creating that advantage as well, correct?
Yep. So technically, that's would that be difficulty 1 then?
The advantage is that she's not looking.
Okay.
You're sort of doing this secretly. Otherwise, you probably wouldn't be able to actually do this scan.
Okay, that's fair. All right, let's see what happens. I'll take 3 successes.
Noise.
Bank of momentum.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Well, Lieutenant, everything seems to be in order here. Just keep an eye on his bloodlet or his platelet count there. It seems a little bit low, but I'll be back in 2 hours to check back in on him.
Thank you, Doctor. Your help is most appreciated.
Very well. I gave her a hopefully genuine smile, and as soon as I'm outside and down the corridor, I go up to one of the wall panels and say, computer, please patch me into the captain, please.
Haggard here.
Yes, Captain. Do you have a moment?
A quick one.
Well, at your earliest convenience, I'd like to see you in sickbay, please.
All right. Kind of inside a panel, helping assemble the targeting systems. I'll be there as soon as I can.
No rush, sir. I simply have information about our patient that you might find interesting.
Very good.
All right.
Carry on. Haggard out.
I click off the panel and head back to sickbay. Given what you've sent me, I would start synthesizing. I don't know the name of the drug off the top of my head, but I know there's a drug they use in, I think it's TOS, that counteracts the organs being shut down, and I'd like to start synthesizing a supply of that just to be on the safe side.
Okay. I'll allow it. You don't need to roll.
Cool. And yeah, I think that's it for me.
So unless you guys are still fairly early on during the day, at least for the first day, heading towards Trillius Prime, is there anything like on the bridge that needs to be done that the XO wants to do?
EXO asks just for a general status update from all departments, see how everyone's getting along, if any new problems have occurred.
I mean, I can make a problem. I don't know how the GM would feel about it, but I could make one.
Oh, I can make several. I'm sitting on 16 threat, so I can make tons of problems.
Save your threat. I got one for you. This is sickbay. Contacting Commander Wolfgang.
Bridge, Commander Wolfgang.
Yes, sir. We're missing a Cation nurse. They did not show up to duty, and their quarters are empty.
Well, unfortunately, Doctor, they're gonna have to catch the next shuttle because they missed Castaway. So
Well, see, that's the thing, sir. I checked the embarkment logs, and apparently she did make it onto the ship, but never made it to her quarters. Or checked in with anyone. We have confirmation she was aboard, but after that, she went missing.
Very well, stand by.
See, you don't need threat. You just need me. I will give you problems.
Yeah. Hey, I appreciate it. I can save my threat for other stuff then.
Lieutenant Morgan,
Yes, sir.
I have a report of a crewman from the medical staff that embarked but hasn't shown up for duty. Could you find out where she is, please? Acation?
Sure thing, sir. What department?
Medical department. Nurse.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. We'll check into it. Let's see here. Let's see who I have.
Why don't you roll me a reason plus security? Difficulty 1
reason
assisted
plus
by the
security?
ship's... Yes, reason plus security. Assisted by the ship's sensors plus security. Difficulty 1.
Okay. And yeah, I'll just roll. Oh God.
Okay, yeah, you do not see a cation on board the ship. In fact, there are no cations on board the ship. At least at what you can tell.
Okay. Do I get an assist from the ship's computer, or
No.
it's offline? Internal's offline.
No.
Okay.
Plus, you have to roll at least one success for it to.
Did not know that. Cool. Sir, we're not able to find any cation on board our ship at all. It doesn't look like I'm seeing any readings or really anything indicating that a cation is currently on board.
I'm going to pick up my pad and I'm going to start looking through the crew manifest for the medical department.
And since I made the NPC, I will furnish you a name in about 20 seconds.
15. 10.
All right, let's see. Their name is Ensign Cerul. CR''ULL.
Made you a sheet there in the roll 20.
Cool. I'll throw them together.
Very well, Lieutenant Morgan. Ensign Mira.
Yes, Commander.
Could you have let's see here. Ensign Cerul
Of course. And then she pages all decks for Ensign Cerul.
So I would say that Cerul does not answer.
Spending 2 threat, create a complication here. The Lieutenant Morgan, your console lights suddenly go out. And these are the new touch screen-based consoles, by the way.
Okay, so I've never used this type of technology before, I guess.
It is
right now.
Brand new. Yeah, because most of the ships are all push-button type stuff. This is brand new.
So I'm going to sit there and just look at it for a second and be like, oh my God, I'm hungover. I can't deal with this shit right now. And just kind of knock it a few times, see if percussive maintenance makes a comeback, and nothing. And
It flickers.
Um,
It flickers it for a second.
okay. Commander Wolfgang?
Wolfgang, but close.
Wolfgang. Cool. I'll remember that. Yeah, I'm having issues with my console here. This damn new touch technology. It's completely gone out on me, sir.
Did anyone
Permission to
here
contact engineering?
take the engineering course?
I did, Commander.
Give me a damage control up team. Damage control. Blah. This is damage control team up here, please.
Yes, sir. And I guess she does that. Also, she asked if she could take a look at the panel. To the commander.
So, give me a presence plus engineering. Difficulty 1.
Here's one you don't see very often.
It's not that bad.
Damage control.
Well, that's fair, yeah.
My presence is good. My engineering's garbage. I'm like, yeah, I'm not making that call.
Sure. Yeah. Using the momentum for a third dice. I don't have any focuses in command because I am a lowly lieutenant with less than 2 years in active service, but I seem to be doing all right. Anyway.
Okay, you make 2 momentum. Damage control team comes up there. They shush Lieutenant Morgan away from his console as they start pulling out, open the panel up and working underneath the display.
Lieutenant Morgan.
Morgan's going to sit there and just shake his head and just be like, ugh.
Lieutenant Morgan, I have a no response from the nurse. The approved regulation time has passed. I want you to do a ship-wide search for the ensign. According to my charts and my personnel files, she should be aboard, and she has not answered the hail. So either she's in distress or something's happened.
Yes, sir. You got it, sir. I'm going to reach out to Tazuva and Solik, and I'm going to relay the orders, order them to help me search the ship for the Cation.
Okay. I will actually allow this complication to be handled by the lovely doctor here.
Sure.
Our best buddy.
So, the way I had imagined it, and of course, feel free to step in and spend threat, but if you could do a... how many people would you say you have with you at the moment?
With security?
Yeah.
3 total.
It's 3 total.
Okay. Quick glance at Memory Alpha. There's, 20 decks? 30 decks?
Oh, no, I have 18.
Hey, that's
what I
even
put on the
better.
Argo.
Yeah. So what I had in mind was a extended task with a work track of 18 because it's going to be 1 for every deck. The good news is that it is magnitude 2, no resistance, and the default task is going to be just a simple reason plus security. And the default difficulty will be all of A2, we'll say. And I'll type that all out so it's actually somewhere.
Cool. Alrighty.
See what happens when you leave the communication chair?
Yeah, I was about to say. Gotta start going to the big leagues now. Jesus. Are you sure it won't be a control plus? No, I'm kidding.
I mean, if you can give me a good argument, I mean, I'm not technically the GM here, but
Nah, I'll flow with
I think
reason.
I'll need a good. I would say insight, but reason's good too.
Well, the reason I do reason, and it's probably a style choice for me, is that everything scanning related is usually reason plus discipline.
It's true.
Just start interrogating everybody. Tell me where the
Solak
kitchen
is your best choice for an assist.
Yeah, that's true. Alrighty.
Does Chief of Security get a superpower for stuff like this?
Actually, I believe they do. They have the same
they do.
advantage that engineers do, but for security.
Wait, what advantage is that?
Basically, they have an advantage that represents the ship's security, and mechanically, that could mean responding to problems on the ship, which this could be one. And usually, what I do in my game, and of course, this is an entirely different game, and feel free to correct me, but I usually just say that's a difficulty off because that's standard advantage stuff.
It's what I do.
Okay, looks like I'm going to start walking around asking people what to do, and trying to figure out which way to go here. So, all right.
Reason plus security, I think it'd be difficulty 1, since you're gonna probably use your advantage for this, because normally it was gonna be difficulty 2.
Yep. Okay. And empathy in this case is not going to help at all. So yeah, let's do it.
Nice.
Hey, you bank a momentum.
Yay.
Roll
And can I
6
do the
challenge
assist from
dice.
Solak?
Yes. Yeah.
And that's just one die, correct?
So
I got it. There you
yeah.
go.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's got it.
nice.
So that's an extra
You said
momentum,
6?
and then yep, 6
Lieutenant,
challenge
6 challenge dice. Okay.
Are you well?
I'm sorry?
Your pardon, but your skin tone seems pale, and your eyes are red and showing some sort of bags. Are you? Do you need to visit sickbay?
Lieutenant Stalik, let's just get this done. All right. Just
Of course, sir.
no irrelevant questions to the task at hand. And again, I just kind of give the impression, just very love it, Haggard. Just kind of give the impression that again, it's just like one thing after another. You have those days where you're just hungover, your console breaks, you're having to get up and walk around and find just all these minor things. So okay.
All right, so that is 4, 5, 6. So 6 out of 18 done. So 1 breakthrough. Let's say that your first breakthrough is that they are not in the saucer section. They are probably in the secondary hull, assuming they haven't been atomized.
Great. Well, Solak, looks like we've isolated the saucer section and found that the Cation isn't here. So let's move to the rest of the ship.
All right. It's 1 momentum because it's now difficulty 0, if I'm correct. And there's another one.
Yep.
6 challenge dice.
So I would recommend re-rolling those 2, because if you get literally 1 more work, you complete the work track. You could also spend a momentum just for the +1, but, style points.
So re-rolling 2 challenge dice. I'm still becoming familiar with the work track rules. So.
Oh yeah. So every single bit of challenge dice you make ticks against the work track, and it works the same way injuries do, where if you score 5 or more work in a single go, you achieve a breakthrough, and you need a number of breakthroughs equal to an extended task's magnitude in order to complete the extended task.
Mm-hmm. Cool. All right, and so I can just re-roll the 2 challenge dice, just right out.
That,
Okay.
or you can just add 1 to your result, and it'll accomplish the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah, let's do that. Add 1 more to the result.
Cool. So you do find the Cation, and the reason you didn't find her is she is found in what is essentially a storage closet, or the TOS equivalent thereof, and she is barely alive. Like if you were to scan her, she is what appears to be some sort of medical coma. Like she does not look good.
She's on deck 16.
Yes.
Deck 16. Okay. So when we find her, I'm going to do the standard, kind of move her head around a little bit, kind of give her a couple light taps on the face, see if she's responsive at all.
Nope. She's out.
Very minimally. All right. Well, going
Will
to
first
run
aid
to.
do any good?
Yeah. Going to run, to the nearest communications console and page the doctor.
This is Master Chief Marlowe. What can I do for you? Have you found my nurse?
Marlowe, we did storage closets, and she appears to be out, unconscious completely. I'm not sure exactly what's going on, but we need you to get ready if you feel it's okay for us to move her down to sickbay.
I'm coming down to inspect her myself.
Sounds great. See you in a moment. And while we're waiting, I'm continuing to just, try to wake her up any way I know how, kind of moving her around a little bit and, doing that whole routine.
Yeah, she doesn't
Lieutenant,
do anything. Like not even her ears would respond to being touched. Like usually if you mess with a cat's ears, they still, kind of twitch. Yeah, not even here. But when I get there, when Marlowe gets there, Marlowe does run a scan on her and says, well, I have good news and I have bad news. Which would you like first?
Well, this day is going completely fantastic. So why don't you just give me the bad news first?
Well, the bad news is that she's suffering quite a severe concussion, and of course I'm going to, take this up to sickbay to confirm. But I'm pretty sure that this wound was caused by a blow to the back of the head.
So you suspect foul play, Doctor?
I believe I do, yes.
Mm. And so, in your estimation, was she hit and then moved to the storage closet, I'm assuming?
That much I can't tell you. Honestly, I really need to get her up to sickbay as soon as possible. And
Understood.
Marlowe, I don't think it's been said, but Marlowe is a big guy. Like, I have over 15 stress. This is what I do. So I just sort of bend down, pick her up almost like she's a doll, and take her myself to sickbay. But yeah, welcome to me. I'll throw in random complications like that if you let me.
This is completely illogical, Lieutenant. Who would attack a crewman? The only other beings on this ship are fellow Starfleet officers.
Well, Solek, as you'll come to find out, many other species are not as logical as Vulcans are. This could have been a personal dispute. It could be something more nefarious, but obviously this is the first day of us at a dock, and we've already had a crew member assaulted. So we're gonna track down the perpetrator, and make my way to the bridge, and I inform the XL that we found Acacian and what condition we found her in, and that we've released her to the doctor's care to hopefully, make a full recovery and try to quiz her about exactly what happened to her.
Has your investigation begun into the cause yet?
Not yet, sir. I
Isn't
found
it?
it prudent to immediately notify you what we found. We will begin our investigation shortly.
Do you believe an intruder alert is required, or do you wish to keep this investigation a little quieter than that?
At this point, let's keep it quiet. It's obvious that the person who perpetrated this did not want to be found and did not want their victim to be found. I'm afraid that if we send out an alert, that this is going to alert the person that we have found their victim, and that they're going to be a little more aware. If we were to just kind of keep this on the down low, we might have a better shot at finding this person and taking them without a fight.
All right, you have till end of shift. If you don't find them, I'm escalating the.
I'm sorry, sir. You were escalating to who?
You have till end of shift. If you don't have results for me, I'm escalating the alert status.
Yes, sir. And Morgan turns around and just is like, this is what's going to happen, and exits the bridge and begins the investigation.
Okay. For during that moment, though, we'll get back to that. Doctor, as you carry your patient into sickbay, the captain is waiting for you.
Captain, you'll need to give me a few moments to take care of my injured ensign here.
What happened?
Well, apparently someone hit her pretty damn good on the back of the head. They tried to stash her in a storage closet on deck 16. Honestly, I don't know what's going on. I've already informed the chief of security, but yeah, she'll recover, but it's not good. And as I talk, I set her down on a bio bed, start, injecting her via hypospray, things of that nature. But yes, Captain,
right.
While I work here, I do have something important to tell you.
I'm listening, Doctor.
Well, of course, you told me to be very careful about doctor-patient confidentiality, but I do believe that this is in the best interest of the patient. Sir, he is not dying of an infection. He seems to be dying of old age. And I don't know how familiar you are with elder care, but the fact that he's dying of old age is a concern, because once his organs start shutting down, there's only so much I can do. I think of myself as a miracle worker at times, sir, but I cannot stop the ravages of time.
Nor are you expected to, Doctor. So, in your estimation, how rapidly is his decline?
GM, would I have been able to tell?
You can have a rough estimate of around 11 days that he's probably got left to live.
11 days, sir, and that's best case.
I walk over to the panel at the in medbay and Captain to bridge.
Bridge here. Go ahead.
XO, the doctor has just informed me that we are in more of a time crunch than we originally thought. I need Lieutenant Sana Dell to start alternating runs at warp 14, maximum emergency speed, with runs at max cruising speed to cool us down. We need to get there as soon as possible.
Aye, sir. As soon as possible.
Captain out.
Lieutenant Sanadell,
Yes, sir.
I want maximum warp as much as possible. All emergency speed. Alert engineering if you need more power.
Yes, sir. And she cranks the speed for a little while. For, we'll say 9 hours, and then she'll drop it back to 11 to cool down.
Okay.
And if she has to coordinate with engineering, she will.
So give me a control plus con. Sits by the ship's engines plus con. Let's go with a difficulty 2. Complication range 3.
Okay. I'm going to give you a threat and then take the rest in momentum to get 5 dice. And then I'm going to use my focus and flight control. And yeah, things to do. Wait, do I? I don't have any. Okay. Oh,
Damn.
That's 3 momentum. Just need the ship. Okay.
I'm good at what I do, Captain.
So as you increase the speed, the ship starts to shake and rattle a little bit as it slowly starts to stabilize. But every now and then the ship does a little kind of rattle as you're doing the emergency warp.
Yeah. She just kind of chuckles nervously and say, "That's supposed to happen."
Does
State of
Martel
the-
wake up from the shaking of the ship?
Yeah. It's enough to rattle you off the bed.
Martel's gonna hit his comm panel and go, "Bridge, this is Martel. What the hell is going on?"
Mind yourself, Commander. You want to ask that again?
What in the world is going on, Commander?
Better. We're at emergency speeds right now due to medical emergency. We have to go at full warp. We're going to need to prioritize speed over everything else right now. Captain's orders.
Dang it. Just don't fly my ship apart, please. She's brand new.
Commander, you want to try that again?
Sure, Commander. And he's like obviously being exaggeratingly calm.
Mhm.
Don't fly my ship apart, please, Commander. She's brand new.
There you go. Sir also suffices. Enjoy your rest. Hopefully we won't need you for the next few hours.
Sure thing. Martel out.
He's a bit of a hothead, isn't he? He says to the bridge in general.
Yeah, he kind of scared me a little bit. He was kicking an EPS conduit. Like, not even the bulkhead, just the conduit. I didn't know what to... I was confused. I don't understand how a boot to an EPS conduit fixes it.
Good old percussive maintenance, a old Earth tradition.
No, sir. I understand percussive maintenance. I've done it myself. But the amount of danger to applying even a booted foot to an EPS conduit is not good, sir.
Okay, point of clarification. It was the panel, not the EPS conduit.
Well,
He wasn't
she
trying to
just
fly.
saw you. She just saw you kick into the actual thing, so she doesn't know what you were kicking. She just assumed it was an EPS conduit.
Alright, let's go work on the engineering work track you have here for the targeting sensors.
And I'm going to call on that advantage I created earlier to reduce the difficulty, which should now be at 3, I think, or did we did?
Yes,
We
it'll
did.
be difficulty will be a 3. You did not get enough for a breakthrough.
Okay,
Last time.
yes, I'll reduce it to 3 then.
Okay.
Okay, and I will be spending 3 momentum. Since this guy doesn't have bold engineering at all, so it's not worth me spending the threat.
Ooh.
Ouch!
So that's only 3 on the work track, unless you do a breakthrough, or unless you spend the 1 momentum that you have left for piercing. And then I'll get
Yeah,
you
I'm gonna
5.
have to, considering that I can't even negate that complication. I'm gonna have to.
I'm taking the complication as threat.
Oh, thank you.
Alright. So the difficulty remains at 3, because that was a one-time thing for advantage. So it's now difficulty 3. You have 1 breakthrough and a bunch of work left on it. If not, I will cut back to the doctor if the doctor has anything that they wish to do.
Want to roll again, Martel, or whoever you're playing right now?
I can roll again if you want. Unless,
yeah. So since you're controlling,
Yeah.
and I'll assist.
Oh, good grief. Should I or should I not? That a moment ago. Yeah, why not? Take 1 threat.
Alright.
Oh, good grief. Good grief.
God,
Oh!
Captain, why?
man, that's 2 20s in a row.
Captain
Ugh.
is not allowed to help anymore.
Yeah, apparently.
Lieutenant Sonadel will now go down and take his place. I'm just kidding.
Alright, let's come back to that a little later. Because that's just a threat generation for you guys right now. Really.
Martel's gonna have some work when he gets up.
Yeah?
Yes,
he will.
yes, he has.
On top of the mandated
Okay.
human resources training.
Doctor, would you like to go over the brief scans you did to at least try to get some
yeah.
more insights on? All right, so give me a reason plus medicine, difficulty 1. Complication range is going to be 1. You're just pretty much going over your tricorder scans.
All right, just checking in to make sure xenobiology still applies.
Yes, it will.
All right, have a threat because I want to get us momentum.
Is that reverse psychology?
Yeah, that's how it works.
All right, that's 3 momentum. And I'm going to send you a little bit something here.
All right. I also just realized I set myself up to talk to myself, so that'll be fun.
You did indeed. You did.
Huh. Okay, I mean, I figured out of character that was the case, but in character, I'm trying to figure out how he would deal with that. In character, I think he would discreetly ask the lieutenant liaison to meet him in sickbay. And whenever she arrives, I would ask anyone like nurse staff to give us a moment. And once I'm sure, we're not being overheard, I ask them point blank, do you know about the parasite in the ambassador?
All right, so you page. The lieutenant has a sick bay. Is like, you asked to see me, doctor?
Yes, give us a moment. And, I double check, make sure we're alone, and I repeat myself, do you know about the ambassador's parasite?
She gets this sort of like stern and like really like oh my god type look on her face, like trying to process like you scanned him while I wasn't looking, didn't you? And
I'd be a very
yes,
bad doctor if I didn't.
I should have known better. It was wrong of me to keep this from you. You have to understand, Doctor, that what you call a parasite is what we call a symbiote. Some members of my species are, how you should say, joined. Both the symbiote and the host body become essentially one person. Um, the ambassador, essentially we're heading to Trill to transfer the symbiote to another host. There is nothing medically we can do for the host body. He is done and lived his natural course.
Which leads me to ask a very difficult question, and before you worry too much, this is why I asked us to meet alone. You can rest assured that I will not be informing the captain of this. However, I do have to ask the difficult question. Is my priority lengthening the body's life or in making sure the parasite stays alive? Sorry, the symbiote stays alive.
It is the priority to make sure the symbiote stays alive. The symbiote's health has deteriorated because of the body of the host is dying, and it is poisoning the symbiote. I've did as many things as I can to keep it up, but the sooner we get to Trillius and do the transfer, the sooner the symbiote's going to stay alive.
Well, the reason I ask that is because there are certain medicines at my disposal which could keep the ambassador's organs running a little bit longer, but the danger is that once I inject these chemicals, this medicine, he will completely go unconscious, and it's not likely, given his state, that he will ever wake up again. He'll keep the symbiote alive, but the ambassador will be, in a sense, dead.
The problem with that technique I just fear that it could actually do more damage to the symbiote than trying to save it. You must understand though, once the symbiote and the host are joined, their brainwaves become sync and function as one.
Then this technique would do more harm than good. Very well. I will do my best to keep the ambassador cognizant. One moment. And I go over and pick up the equivalent of the hypo spray and hand it to her. This is a mild stimulant. It should help his failing organs along a little bit better. It's not a permanent solution, but as long as we don't encounter any further problems, I think regular application of this stimulant will keep him, shall we say, alive long enough for you to get to Trill.
Thank you, and I really do appreciate you understanding the situation. Not many other species think highly of the situation. They would rather kill this symbiote than care for it, as we do.
Let's just say I have a vested interest in the unknown when it comes to the medical field. Of course, if I had the time and the inclination, I'd badger you about how this works, but I can see it's a sensitive issue, and I have a unconscious Cation that could be coming around at any time.
The ambassador is kind of stable from it. Do you require help?
No, we have a bit of a security problem, but I believe it's handled for the moment.
You don't think that's any threat to the ambassador, do you?
Well, that I cannot say for certain. I may look like I am built like a linebacker, but truth be told, I am not very security focused. Uh, it's honestly, I believe, a certain lieutenant's prerogative. He is a lieutenant, right? I'm not getting the rank wrong.
I am, yes.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Just making sure.
I see. I will keep you informed on any immediate changes with the ambassador, and thank you for keeping this a secret.
Of course, this meeting never happened, and I give her a wink.
Does she need to make an insight check?
No, I'm just being coy.
Okay. All right. And she just kind of returns with a smile, and she heads off back to the ambassador's quarters. All right, about that security investigation. Unless ELH has some ideas with that he wants to, since that's his
I'm actually
complication.
messaging you right now.
Okay.
If you want to run with that, I can provide notes up to a certain point, but if not, I have
I think I will. Especially since this is during the time when the Trill joined Starfleet, there could be some stuff going on.
Cool.
All right, I'll run with that.
All right. So when it comes to tracking down this would-be belligerent or the assailant, I'm curious, how would you be going about doing so? Like, would you be looking for, say, discarded blunt objects? Would you be scanning the deck 16 for anything in particular? How are you doing it in
Sure. So I think my first order of business would probably be to scan and see if there's any unauthorized personnel on board. Right. So if there's anybody on board that shouldn't be there, anybody you stowed away when we were leaving dock. I'm assuming that's not going to turn anything up.
Well,
More than happy to
there's
roll.
one way to find out. Let's do a reason security difficulty 3, complication range 2.
Okay. And I'll spend a momentum.
Oh, I suppose
Yeah,
the
extra.
ship can assist too. The ship could assist with sensor security.
Be advised, we have advanced sensor suites. So if the sensors are helping, it reduces difficulty by.
I would say normally yes, but because targeting sensors aren't online, I would say no.
Okay. So yeah, I'm going to spend an extra momentum to get a third die.
Oh, I'm sorry, I thought you already rolled.
Oh no, it's fine.
Hey, you get that momentum back. Look at you.
Woo!
So you're going to find out something very interesting. You have Vulcans on board. You have Tellarites on board. You've got an Andorian on board. And now that you've found her, you see the Cation. However, you now see there is a Romulan on board.
Huh. Do I know which deck we detected this Romulan on?
Out of curiosity, what deck does our chief engineer sleep on?
Deck 6.
Well, then they are deck 6.
Actually, it would be
in the...
deck 3. I have officers' quarters on deck 3.
Okay, deck 3, section 24.
Then deck 3, section 24 is where the Romulan is.
I am going to just shake my head clear the cobwebs a little bit, do a double check, just to make sure that what I'm seeing is correct. And Morgan's going to, instead of getting Solek to come join me, I'm going to grab Tazuva and ask them to accompany me.
All right. So my next question, and again, I apologize for hijacking the session, but I literally thought of this and I wanted to run it.
It's fine.
So Martel, how heavy of a sleeper are you?
Considering I was up all night, it probably anything requiring a reason, a security check, just to like me to notice anything that's off, it probably would be base difficulty 3.
Okay.
At the same time, keep in mind that a shudder woke him up.
Right.
Yeah.
But,
So I'm probably like halfway back to sleep right now.
Okay. I don't know how you want me to roll this, unless you just want me to pretend I'm the full GM for a moment, but it would be an opposed check. It would be your reason security versus this Romulan's.
Okay.
And I think I'll just roll it.
Okay. So difficulty 3?
Yeah, that sounds fair.
Okay, yeah. Focus and survival.
Yeah.
Quick question to GM Prax. Complication range still 2, or have I gotten enough sleep to lower it at all?
You've been waking up every now and then. I'm gonna up that complication range to 3.
Oh, crap. Okay. I had to check. Oh, boy. Yeah, I'm gonna spend a momentum too, because I'm halfway sensing that I'm about to get knocked out. Hard. Or
Prax, would you mind if I took some threat for you for this?
Certainly. I do not mind at all.
Cool. I'm going to take 3 threat, please, for 2 additional dice.
Oh, crap. Here goes.
All right.
Okay, so you got a 3. Let's see what the Romulan rolled. Just for sake of clarity, let's say that they are rolling under a 13 and that their focus is a 3. So you do notice then, in that case, that your door is open and that there is a tall, slender male. You can't really make out who he is or what he's doing, but he is coming towards you menacingly.
I'm gonna grab the phaser that I keep on my nightstand, and without even thinking, just rotate over and shoot him.
Okay, that's going to be a control security difficulty 2.
No focus because I don't have a focus in hand phasers. Please hit. I am gonna spend a momentum though. My bad.
I mean, even the pilot has a focus in hand phasers.
Ooh, complication. Go ahead and roll your challenge dice, but I'll flavor the complication based on how much damage you do. Yeah, that's enough. So I'm assuming you're not shooting to kill. You're just stunning.
Whatever setting the phaser was on is what setting it's being fired on. So yeah.
Hey Prax, maybe you want to spend some threat to make it kill.
I'm gonna take that use that complication that you didn't have time to set the phaser. Yeah, you didn't have time to set the phaser to stun, and it's actually a kill shot.
Okay.
All right, so in that case, that means that the Romulan goes down hard. They will, if nothing is done, they will die at the end of this scene.
Okay, I'm gonna hit my comm panel and go, intruder alert, deck 3, section 24, medical team needed immediately.
And also the real quick alarms go off, and then during that time though, on your console on the bridge there, Lieutenant Morgan, that you got a phaser shot on deck 3, section 24.
Well, in that case, I'm going to. Well, Solek's not on the bridge, right? So I'm going to alert Solek to meet me where the phaser shot occurred, and I'm taking off.
I'm spending 2 threat, and Lieutenant Solek does not respond.
Whew. Okay. Well, it looks like it's just going to be me. No time to waste, so I take off and start heading towards, where the phaser fire occurred.
Yeah, and I think Marlowe would be coming up from sickbay himself. You'd probably get there about the same time as him.
Okay. Lieutenant Commander, you notice that the intruder that barged into your door appears to be, he's in a Starfleet uniform and he looks Vulcan.
I literally just picture myself, like, probably wearing pants but nothing else, with my phaser over this Vulcan-looking person, and waiting.
Okay. During that time, both the doctor and Chief of Security kind of arrive there at the same time. Lieutenant Morgan, you notice that it's Lieutenant Solek.
Dun dun dun.
Uh-oh. So, of course, I'm going to go running over to the body. They're not conscious, are they?
They have a giant burn mark on their chest. And Doctor, if you could roll a daring plus medicine difficulty 2, I think that's correct.
Okay. Any complication range?
No.
Okay. Would you say that emergency medicine applies?
Certainly does.
Cool. Have another threat. And I can reroll one of those zeros. Hey, there's 2.
All right. You stabilize him. And he is alive and, breathing for the moment.
So once I have him stable, I look up at Martel and I say, look, I don't usually lose my cool, but what the hell were you thinking? If you'd set it any higher, you would have disintegrated him.
What? It's laying on my nightstand. He comes through the door, doesn't even ring the bell, and is walking towards me like he's ready to kill me? What do you expect me to do? I just grab and fire.
I just look at Lieutenant Morgan and just shake my head. I need to get this one down to sickbay, unless you would rather me treat him in the brig.
At this point, if it's all the same to you, I would much rather you treat him in the brig.
Very well. I will see him there. And much like I did with Acacian, I pick him up like he's a ragdoll and head for the brig.
Thank you, Doctor. I turn to Martel. Sir, you are aware that any onboard weapon should be set to stun just as a matter of holding it, correct?
I must have bumped it when I was working on deck 16 in the EPS conduit area. I thought it was still set to stun. I put it on my desk, like I normally do, and go to sleep. I was up all night, Lieutenant.
Well, I do understand that, sir. Just note for the future. All weapons,
Do you-
while on board, should be set to stun by default.
Aye, sir.
Thank
Do you
you.
want me to wait in the brig until this is resolved? Because apparently I shot a Federation officer.
Well, we're going to determine exactly what took place here. I would be more than happy to read over any report that you file based on this incident, but at this point, I'm going to have to take my leave, and I'm going to accompany the doctor to the brig.
In that case, I'm going back to bed.
Well, very well, sir. As long as you feel like you can get some sleep for the rest of the night. If it makes you feel any better, I can post guards outside of your door.
Oh, please, I've got it taken care of. I'll just seal the door.
And because I find it funny, can we say that your alarm literally goes off right then, so your 6 hours are up?
Ah, damn it!
Morgan just kind of...
Yeah, I'll
softly
spend 2
chuckles.
strength for that. The alarm goes off.
Captain
Morgan
the bridge.
Bridge here.
Commander von Wartburg, what's going on my ship?
We have an intruder alert. I'm about to contact Chief Security to verify what's going on. Stand by.
Patch me into that if you would, Commander.
Ensign, would you do that? Bridge 2, Chief Security. Please respond.
And I walk to the wall panel, hit it. Morgan here.
I have the captain on the line. I want a status report. What's
Sir, we received reports of a phaser fire down in Lieutenant Commander Martel's residence. I came down to see what was going on, and, well, you might not believe this, sir, but it looks like Solek was attempting to attack Lieutenant Commander Martel's bed. The Lieutenant Commander was cognizant enough to fire on Solek, critically injure him, although the doctor has now taken Solek to the brig, and we are. I'm assuming he's currently administering medicine to attempt to stabilize Solek's condition, and after that has occurred, I'm fully intent on figuring out exactly what the hell happened here.
Lieutenant, you say critically injured. How could someone be injured from a stun blast?
Sir, well, apparently Lieutenant Commander Martel was unaware that his weapon was set to kill and was not set to stun. I've already lectured him on proper Starfleet protocol regarding weapons inside the ship. Hopefully he takes heed of the advice moving forward.
Captain, I would like to speak with you in your ready room regarding personnel. I don't think we should continue talking over any regarding this incident.
Agreed. I'll be up momentarily.
Aye, sir. Morgan, keep at it.
Yes, sir.
The captain will head up toward his ready room.
Oh.
Welcome to my life, Commander.
Lieutenant, you have the bridge. Try not to fly.
Yes, sir.
All right, we'll go ahead and go to the ready room for that.
Nice. So yeah, the ready room has on a little, I guess maybe this is a plinth thing, but there's a classical Greco-Roman bust of Athena. There is a model of a refitted Saladin-class destroyer, the Cincinnatus, another model of the Miranda-class Saratoga, and another Greek trireme kind of thing. There's also a shelf of actual hardbound antique books. and let's see, what kind of coffee pot would he have? And also a very high-tech, latest model coffee pot for brewing coffee. Well, Wolf, it's been an interesting beginning to the assignment. I kind of lean back and pinch the bridge of my nose. What do you have for me?
I didn't want to say this over open comm or in front of the men, but I believe Lieutenant Commander Martell is due a psychological evaluation and a fitness for duty. I was gonna have a talk with him about it, but yeah, I've had a report that he's acted aggressively toward the crew. Apparently, he's working long hours, and now he's involved in a lethal shooting incident. I don't like putting this kind of report on someone's record, but better that the doctor makes this call than me. Looks better if it's a medical, or if he just needs help, then he needs help, and we need to give him that. So that's my recommendation for now. I haven't looked into the full security report yet. I have to talk to the lieutenant and figure out what is going on. Because in short, Captain, apparently there was a Cation nurse who went missing for a while, and security located her. Apparently she even smacked her with the head, and foul play was suspected. I put the lieutenant on a quiet investigation.
Yes, I saw the incident in sickbay when I met with the doctor there earlier.
Well, sir, that seems to be connected to this, one surmises. In what precise way, I don't know yet. I need a full report from Lieutenant Morgan, which I want to get that from him in person. Reading these reports, holds up a pad. Reading these reports is only going to get me half the answer.
Fair enough.
At this time, sir, I would like to recommend given the security incident, I recommend a security detail outside the ambassador's quarters, given the current status of the ship being. We don't want the ambassador to think that they're unsafe.
Agreed. Have Mr. Morgan make it so. And let's see. Leave a message for the chief engineer. Before we go any further, I'd like to have a talk with him here at my office at his earliest convenience. Which he is to understand means as soon as he's awake, showered, and dressed.
Very well. Should I have the doctor on standby, or do you want to do that?
Let's. The doctor has his hands full right now with at least 2 wounded crewmen plus the ambassador. If we decide we need a psychological evaluation, I think there's not too much prep the doctor will need to do, and if there is, we can have the chief engineer suspended from duty until such time the doctor is ready for him. Hopefully, however, it won't come to that.
Your ship, Captain. At your.
Carry on.
Aye, sir. I walk over to a wall comm in the room. Commander to Chief of Engineering, please respond.
Martell here.
At your earliest convenience, once you're showered and slept, the captain requires your presence.
Give me 5 minutes.
5 minutes, aye. Let's go the button. Oh, 5 minutes. Hopefully you actually slept.
With everything going on the past 6 hours, I doubt he got much sleep. I'm about to the point of needing some myself, and I go in here and splash some water on my face and straighten up my uniform.
Well, Alpha ship's almost over, sir. Hopefully.
All right.
Is there anything else, sir?
That'll be all, Commander. Take good care of her while I'm dealing with this.
I got the lieutenant Sonadell holding the bridge for now. I still have to talk to Lieutenant Morgan.
Excellent. I'll catch up with you later.
Aye, sir. I'm going to step out into the hall and arrange a meeting for Morgan, but that can wait till after.
All right. As you
And-
come out of the hall, Martel comes off the turbo lift there, and then
He's in a freshly cleaned and pressed uniform. Literally looks like he just woke, but he's there.
Well, Commander, no one can fault you for punctuality.
Thanks, Commander. And then he walks over and hits the captain's ready room button.
Come.
And literally with his index finger in his eye, wiping away the sleepies from his eyes, he walks in and goes, "You asked to see me, Captain?"
I didn't think you had gotten much rest. Have some coffee. I kind of nod at the pot and the cups.
Aye, sir. And he just pours himself a cup.
Right.
Doesn't down it. Literally takes his time and drinks it a little bit.
Commander, we have an issue. Quite frankly, your attitude is unacceptable. You've already apparently frightened at least one crew member. Your method of address to the executive officer of this ship is disrespectful, bordering on insubordinate. It has been recommended to me that you be you be scheduled for a full psychological and physical evaluation. I am not quite ready to go that far. I know how hard you've been working, and how dedicated an officer you are. Otherwise, you wouldn't be my chief engineer. But I need you to bear in mind proper Starfleet protocols, and perhaps to take some steps to, shall we say, master a degree of calm in the moment.
Sir, the crewman that I supposedly frightened, was that Lieutenant Sonadell, the con officer?
And if it was?
Then in that case, she caught me at a bad time. I was frustrated that I couldn't figure out what was going on deck 16. And, just, it came out at her.
Mr. Martel, you are a Starfleet officer of command rank and the head of a division. It is incumbent upon you to maintain a certain degree of sang-froid, as it were, at all times. As you act, so will your subordinates. And it is. I understand. We've had delays in shipments. We had to leave without photon torpedoes or targeting systems, and Deck 16's environmental system was a complete disaster. I'm well aware. I've been working behind the scenes trying to get every duck in a row for the past 6 months. But you must remember your duties as an officer and a gentleman. You must comport yourself in an appropriate and proper way. This is your one free pass.
I understand, sir. Thank you, sir.
Very good. Oh, and Commander, you will recertify yourself on weapons safety under Lieutenant Morgan as soon as possible. I'd like to see that certification on my desk, say, at the end of a week.
You'll have it, sir.
Let's not have any more near-fatal shootings aboard, if possible. You're a good man and a hell of an engineer. Just, We just need to work on your people skills a little bit. So I know you've got too much to do. Feel free to take the coffee with you. Dismissed.
Thank you, sir.
And after he leaves, I just kind of sag in my chair for a minute and then suck it up, pour another cup of coffee, and head back onto the bridge.
Captain on the bridge.
As you are,
Do the
everyone.
appropriate thing, yeah.
ETA to Trillius Prime, Lieutenant Sonadel.
Alternating between maximum warp and emergency warp. I'm gonna say 8 days if we're lucky. 7 if I really want to push warp 14, sir.
Captain to sickbay.
This is Master Chief Marlowe. What can I do for you, Captain?
What's the status on the ambassador's condition, Doctor?
Based on our earlier conversation, sir, we have a play area of about 10 days, and that's pushing it.
At current alternating with maximum and maximum warp and maximum cruise speed, we should be there in 8. Does that give you a comfortable enough margin?
Well, as long as his condition doesn't worsen, I believe it does, yes.
Well, it's up to you to make sure it doesn't. If we need more speed, let us know. We will do what we can.
I will be blunt then, sir. If we're not already going like a bat out of hell, perhaps we should light ourselves on fire so we're that much more motivated to go.
Understood. Mr. Sanadell, please make it so. Doctor, your report on Ensign Carroll.
She came around about an hour ago, sir. She corroborated the fact that it was our quote-unquote friend in the brig responsible for her injury. She reported to me that she had gone to check on Lieutenant Commander Martell. She was under the impression that he had not been hydrating properly, which was understandable given the condition of Deck 16. And in the process, she ended up taking a hit that was meant for the chief engineer. So in a way, she prevented the chief engineer from being brained before, he could get to her. Or, you know what I mean.
Let's hope that Lieutenant Morgan can determine why someone was targeting our chief engineer. Thank you, Doctor. Captain out.
Sick bay out.
Captain to Lieutenant Morgan.
Lieutenant Morgan here, sir.
Let me know when you're ready to begin the interrogation of Solek. I would like to observe.
Whenever the doctor is able to revive Solek, we should begin, and I will definitely let you know, sir.
Very well, Captain out. Ensign Haran, any way that you could shave a little bit more time off by changing our course? Can you get us a more optimum route to Trillius Prime?
No, Captain, I'm sorry. The flight plan we charted is the most direct route. And that's avoiding most stellar bodies that would slow down our warp speed.
Understood.
Captain, if I may make a suggestion, I can push warp 14 right up to the end of the clock, and it should give us the extra couple hours we may need.
Do it.
Yes, sir. And she switches from 9 hours at emergency warp to 11.
Captain, recommend we go to yellow alert, given our we're pushing we're starting to redline the ship for extended.
Make it so, XO. Also, have crew secure any loose items. We may get a little rough. Captain to Chief Engineer.
Martel here.
Commander, we are going to be pushing the engines. We're going to be maintaining warp 14 right at 11 hours before dropping back to warp 11 to let it cool down. Our patient's condition is worsening rapidly. I need you to concentrate on keeping us together.
Aye, sir.
Very good. Carry on.
He
Haggard
hits
out.
the
Go ahead.
he hits the button or lets go of the button on the comm panel and goes, snap.
Ensign
All right.
Mira,
Yes, Commander.
sound the yellow alert. Advise stowing loose items, please.
Understood, sir. And she does that. So I'm gonna push. We're going to be over here like in engineering. Give you a chance to work on that extended task because you have more than just one. All right. So I currently only have one breakthrough. You need 5. Difficulty is 3. There's only been 8 work done on the work track.
Okay, so this is for the targeting sensors.
Yep.
All right, so
I'll take Anders if you want, since you're...
yeah, I'm also going to use my engineer ability. Oop, that's not the right one. To basically try and lower the difficulty. Basically, people other than Anders handing me parts so that way I can just literally not move and just pop them back in. Pop them in place.
Glad you're here, sir. The captain was doing the best he could, but it's obvious he took some classes, but he was never meant to be an engineer.
Yeah. Well, complication range still 3?
Yeah, complication range is 3 because you still haven't got a full night's sleep.
Okay. Do any of my focuses apply here?
Let me look at your sheet.
Oops. Ah!
Keeping the little cog wheel. Unfortunately not, because you are working on the
That's what I was
sensors.
afraid of. Boy.
You know, you can always. I can give you. See, I will give you a determination if you want, but there will be a complication.
Good grief. Yeah, why not? I mean, there's already one complication on it that I'm gonna have to fix later.
All right. So the complication range is going to be 4 in this instance for
Okay.
this task, since I'm giving you that free determination.
Yeah.
If you want, why don't you let me, as the captain, give you a determination? Use my superpower, and that way we don't up that complication range.
I don't think you're in communication with me right now.
Yeah, you have to be in communication range for that.
Fair enough.
I mean, you could still go down and just observe.
Yeah. Oh, I have been working on it, so... yeah, why don't we do that?
So I just want to point out the fact that if you are there, the crewman just made the comment that you were never meant to be in it.
Oh
Fair
man.
point.
Oh man.
Well,
So
Anders was saying that as the captain walked in. The captain did hear it, but he had the good grace just to keep his mouth shut and pretend he didn't.
okay. So you're giving me your determination instead?
Yes, as with my captain superpower.
Okay. And then I'm going to use that at better with machines than people, because that has been proven multiple times this episode.
It's very true.
Good grief. I'm also giving you 1 threat, because I already spent the momentum for a 3rd dice. So there's that. Well, that's
All right.
5 successes.
Yep. So that's 2 momentum.
Anders will
And-
assist, so there's
And
There's
the
3.
third. All right.
And here we go. Click.
You know, you also rolled
Oh,
security.
boy.
It's okay.
Oh, snap.
okay.
Yeah, it's just 1 higher.
Yeah. No.
It's just 1 higher, literally. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 work.
Yep. Resistance is 3, which you have that
Uh,
one that gets rid of all that resistance. So,
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
6 resistance negated. So
all right. Let's see here. Put you at 18 on the work track, and then that is another breakthrough. So the resistance goes down to, or difficulty goes down to 2.
okay.
Still got 7 more work to
Oh.
do. Well, actually,
I need
8
to
if you wanna
roll-
complete.
I need to roll this because I did spend a point of determination. Nope. I'm going to spend 1 momentum and roll 3 dice. I get it.
Get a momentum, so you get it back.
Yeah.
Roll 7 challenge dice.
Anders assist.
Yeah, there he is. Sorry, I had him invisible. Took me a second to find him.
That's fine. Up.
Alright.
That's 1
Are
more.
you up to 4?
And here we go. Oh crud! I'm spending 1 to re-roll 5 dice.
All right.
5d6. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more work, 6 effects. Or 3 effects. So,
All right. That will actually complete the work track, and targeting sensors are back online. Well, not back online. They now come online for the first time ever aboard the
yeah.
the ship.
Well done, Commander, Mr. Anders.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, I guess you must have taken more classes than I have, and I say as I kind of turn and and I Sanders just slightly with a small grin as I walk out.
All right. So at this point, we're going to transfer to the brig, where Solik is currently in the brig, and where Lieutenant Morgan is waiting patiently for him to wake up.
So at this point, Morgan is just pacing back and waiting for Solik to wake up. Is there anyone else in the brig with me at this time?
Currently, it's just you.
That was what
And
I was
then
going to ask. Did you want the doctor there?
Yeah, well, I guess, I mean, has Solik, he's been administered medication, I'm assuming, or medical treatment?
Yeah, I mean, he'll live, and he should talk to you, but I don't know how you feel about doctors and interrogations, so it's your call.
Well, yeah. Yeah, let's do that. We'll get the doctor down here.
Okay.
Just to make sure that, I mean, Morgan wouldn't be completely aware that he's even going to wake back up. If anything would need to be done, when he wakes back up, so.
All right. Well,
let's do
since
that.
I'm there, I guess I would come prepared. I'd have a hypo, and I say, I can wake him up if you like. I mean, he's already not going to be happy, but this will just make him Even less so.
Understood, Doctor. Yeah, let's go ahead and wake him back up.
All right. I step in, do the shh, and step out, and I have been given the green light to roleplay the Romulan. So the Romulan starts blinking and looks around and says, "Ah, you have been finally discovering me. It took you quite a while, you know." And yes,
Well,
he's Russian. Deal with it.
I was about to say.
What are the nuclear vessels?
Yeah. So I'm assuming that I have activated the containment field, right?
I would have activated on my way out.
Okay,
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah, just make sure there's no danger. Solik, you care to tell me exactly what the hell you've been doing?
Well, I'm thinking that should be obvious. I am killing your ambassador, and in the process, your chief engineer, maybe a whole ship.
Yeah, so Morgan is just staring at Solik like, oh my god, like, no interrogation needed. Okay. Solik, why?
Because it is the will of the Romulan Star Empire. Glory to her name. Oh, and one more thing. I am not the only one. And then, if I can spend some threat, he's going to do that same sort of thing in Captain America where the guy bites off his own tooth and it's cyanide. Same thing here.
Spending 2 threat.
There you go.
So I'm assuming you're actively slumping down points and
foaming at the
Yeah.
mouth and everything, and I think Marlowe would be rushing forward to save him, but
That's exactly
I think
it.
that he's
Yeah.
done.
Okay.
It's too late.
All right. Morgan's going to go, Doctor, what the hell was that?
Well, apparently I didn't scan him thoroughly enough. He, as Romulans seem to do, they apparently have a suicide device on their person. Damn, I apologize, sir. I should have paid more attention when I was treating him.
Yeah. Apparently you didn't scan well enough. Gonna glare a little bit and turn around and go to, nearest comm device. Morgan to the captain.
Right here. Sorry, mic was up.
Captain, just want to do a quick status update on our captured Romulan. We started the interrogation, began asking basic questions, was under the assumption that the captive would resist. I was going to alert you that he was awake and answering questions at that point, but he proceeded to spill the beans and then, unfortunately, activated some sort of suicide device. The doctors assured me that he's currently deceased and we're not going to be able to get any more information out of him. Sir.
What were the beans that he spilled?
He apparently was targeting the ambassador on board, as well as the chief of engineering, and claimed that he was acting on behalf of the Star Empire. In addition to that, he did mention that he may have some compatriots on board. So, if it were all the same to you, sir, recommend being discreet, but jumping to investigations to see if what he's saying is actually true.
Agreed. I want you to double the guard at the ambassador's quarters. I also want you to put men on the chief engineer. And no matter how much he may complain and curse, keep him on him.
You got it, sir.
Captain out.
With that, I'm going to, I assume, sign to, deal with the body, unless the doctor would be the one to deal with the body in that case.
Well, I mean, that's what the doctor would ask, and I would say, Lieutenant, how do you want me to deal with the body? I can perform an autopsy if you so wish. Otherwise, I was simply going to leave it in the morgue for at least 1 week before spacing it.
Well, I will leave that up to your discretion. I'm not familiar with the suicide device, so if it's of some interest to you, then I say autopsy. If in your medical opinion one is not needed, then we'll send the body to the morgue.
I think I'll err on the safe side. When it comes to Romulans, I've learned that you can never be too sure. Last thing I want to do is put him in the morgue, and 2 days later, we find out he has explosives somewhere on his person. So it's all the same to you, sir. I think I'll get doing that autopsy right away.
Sounds good, Doc. Keep me informed.
And the
All
captain, rather than going to the bridge, will go to the nearest arms locker and draw a phaser to make sure it's on stun, and then go back and just kind of be with the chief engineer until security shows up, take over.
Him. Thank you.
What?
You're getting all the pronouns wrong today.
What?
Captain.
Martel is a male.
And you called Sonadel a male, and she is female.
Well, I didn't realize I'd used a female program there. I said I would just hang out with him until security arrived. Sorry. And as far as Sonadel goes, I'm using Star Trek 2 as my basis for calling female officers Mr. like they do males. Take her out, Mr. Savick.
That's fair.
Okay. When you come back, he's gonna look at you and go, Captain?
Carry on, Chief Engineer. Don't mind me.
Aye, sir.
Okay, so moving things along here. You can go ahead and remove that complication range there, Lieutenant Commander. A few days have passed without incident. However, on the helm station, no, I'm sorry. The whoever is at the science station on the bridge at this time, I need them to make it Insight plus Science, difficulty 2.
All right. She'd have to be great. That's the captain. Wrong one. Whoa. Yep, there. That is an insight science, you say?
Insight or Reason plus Science. Go with that.
I'll take reason. This is a loaded question, but does it involve
I'm sorry, what?
This is a loaded question, but does this scan involve infiltration? It's one of my focuses.
No, this is actually more of a. It's something. It's not really a sensor scan, but it's something that long range sensors are detecting.
Okay.
And you're kind of just analyzing what long range sensors are picking up.
Do we have momentum? I can't see it.
3.
Yeah, we have
I'm
3.
gonna spend 1. For an extra die.
All right.
And it's just to buy the ship.
Yeah, we'll go. It's sensor science, but it is
Sensor.
you do succeed. Yeah.
Okay. Just trying to build momentum.
Yeah. No.
Sensor science.
Oh, you got it.
Yeah.
I forgot you were handling it.
There we go.
There's 2
Trying to
momentum.
anyway.
So you're at 4.
Captain, be advised. Appears appears to be a Class 10 ion storm has appeared, projected on the path of the Argo. Scanning. We can travel through it, from what I can tell, but we're gonna have to be real careful about it. Calculating. If we try to go around it, it's gonna take us another day. If we try to go around it, even if we go through the storm, it's gonna slow us down by like 6 hours.
Lieutenant Sanadel, what's our current E ETA?
You're about
Yeah.
2.5.
2.5
2.5
days out.
in.
No,
Well,
it's
yeah.
5 days have passed, so you're about 2.5 days.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so
Okay.
we either go around and lose a day, or go through and lose 6 hours. How bad is this storm going to be if we go through, Commander?
Mr. GM, question to you.
Bad. If you go through.
I mean, that's honest.
Captain to sickbay. Dr. Marlowe. Captain to sickbay.
Sorry about that. Sickbay here.
Dr. Marlowe,
Oh,
we've got an
he dropped.
ion storm.
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, something knocked me offline. Sorry, you were saying?
We've got an ion storm ahead. Diverting around it will add a day to our travel time, making it about 3.5 days until we're at Trillius Prime. Can our patient last that long?
GM, will the patient last that long?
Predictively, yes. But it's still cutting it, still very close.
Well, sir, in my professional opinion, I do not believe that the divergence will be in the patient's best interest.
Very well, Doctor. Then you might want to strap him down. We're in for a rough ride.
Understood, sir.
Very well. XO, deflectors to maximum. Sound general quarters. Have the ship rigged for rough weather.
Boy, it's gone super nautical with this. Let's do this.
Engineer, call general quarters. Rough weather conditions.
Blue alert.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yep.
Lieutenant Morgan, to the bridge, please.
Yes, sir. And Morgan makes his.
Lieutenant,
I bet all of our chairs do that stupid thing from the movie where the armrests, fold over your thighs.
Lieutenant Morgan, I want you to begin modulating the shields to maximum output, so we take as little damage as possible. Going through a class 10 ion storm, so give it everything you got.
So I have this as a extended task for the con officer, but what I will allow Lieutenant Morgan to do for this situation, it's going to be a difficulty 2. I believe it'll be... Look up something, because there's actually a task. Oh, well, it's difficulty 2 anyway. It's going to be control plus security assisted by the ship's structure plus engineering. And that will allow you to essentially modulate the shields to, and then while have that advantages, it will lower the difficulty by 1. Actually, no. I actually have resistance. Let's say it lowers the resistance by 1 per momentum spent for the contest, which the contest, I'm going to go ahead and give it to you guys. It's going to be a difficulty 3, work 15, magnitude 3, resistance 3.
Okay.
So, it's for this advantage, so more momentum you give me, the more you're going to knock off the resistance.
Oh, so I'm making the roll?
Well, no, that's for the modulation of the shields.
Oh, okay.
So for modulating the shield, it's going to be control plus security, difficulty 2, assisted by the ship's structure plus engineering.
Okay. And so I have a focus in shipboard tactical systems. Would the shields be under tactical systems?
Yeah, go with that.
Okay. I'll burn a momentum. Get that sweet extra die.
Don't you have bold security?
Yeah, actually, if that'll apply, then
It gives you a free
I'll
reroll.
just give him threat.
All you have to do, all you have to do is give him a threat.
Yeah. All right. In that case, I'll give you threat. How much threat do you have, by the way?
Thank
I'm
you.
not
I was going to ask
telling
that.
Hey.
There's a reason why I hide it. Let's see. For your information,
So
I
I
have
plan
8 threats. I have 8 threats. I've spent quite a few, actually.
Okay. Yeah, I'll give you one more. Let's see what happens. And re-rolling that.
Yep.
Okay.
And the ship structure and what?
Engineering.
Engineering. Oh, the ship's very good in engineering. Told you.
Better than the
Ooh.
cap.
That is 3 momentum.
Can we spend 2 momentum to get rid of it?
So
No,
yeah,
he
you could
doesn't
spend.
have it. He re-rolled it.
Huh?
Sorry, he was asking about the
No.
complication.
Yeah, no. Yeah. You guys would actually be. You were at what? 4 momentum earlier.
With those
Yep.
3, it would have been 7. Yeah.
Okay, you
So we
go
got one
max at
floating, one
6.
max.
So,
Max at 6, one floating.
Right now, you only knock 1 resistance off the extended task. You can spend 2 more momentum and pretty much have a resistance 0.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that.
So we're spending a total of 3, including the floating one.
No, you'll be at 5. You'll be at 5 momentum.
Okay.
All right. To fly through this thing, I need you to make a daring plus con, assisted by the ship's engine plus con. Difficulty is going to be 3. Magnitude is 3. Work is 15. I don't know how to have an extended tracker because I forgot. And your complication range is going to be, for this, 2.
Yeah. Okay. You said difficulty 3. Okay.
Yep.
I'm gonna give you a threat and spend 3, or I think it's 2 momentum. So I'm getting 4 dice, and I'm only giving you 1 threat for it. So I'm
See how it
using
is.
momentum. Yeah. Not
All right, you're
stupid.
down to 3. So you're down to 3 momentum.
I know how my talent works.
Gain a momentum back. Roll 7 challenge dice.
Alright.
Is the ship assisting this one?
Oh yeah, engine's con.
Gens con. Okay. No help from the ship.
That's fine.
So that is 5. That's enough for a breakthrough.
And let's be cheeky. Let's spend a momentum to re-roll. 2 of those. Oh, no, that sucked. Oh well. I was getting cocky. It's fine.
Alright. The ship shudders and shakes. Sparks kind of fly out in one of the consoles. But
It's fine.
ship
I got this.
as you travel through the ion storm.
Where are we on our
Yes.
work tracks?
Yeah. Currently you're at 5 on the work, 1 breakthrough, and then its difficulty now is 2. Should be at. You spent a momentum, then got 1 back. Should be at 4 momentum.
Okay.
Quick question: was there remaining resistance on that?
Nope.
No.
Then shouldn't it be 6, not 5? Or am I just unable to count?
I don't know.
It went down to 5 because you spent 2 momentum. It was at 5 for the start. Difficulty was 3. You went up to 1, so you should be actually at 5 because you spent the 1 for the reroll.
No. I mean for the work track.
Oh yeah, no, you're right. 6. Yeah, you're at 6. My bad. I
Okay,
miscounted.
then that is our current status.
Yes.
Okay. Well, if I am allowed to roll again, I'm going to do the same thing. 1 threat and yeah, using the momentum. For 4 dice.
It's down to 3 momentum. 52. Go back. So you're at 6 momentum now. That's another breakthrough. Difficulty goes down to 1. You're at 12 on the work.
Yep. And you know what? Same thing 1 more time. Why not? It's gonna matter, but Since I spent a threat, that's fine. Still made it. And I'm going to spend a momentum to reroll 4 of those. And
I think we've got several floating.
there we go.
Yeah, out of the park.
Yeah, I think you're actually still at max. But yes, that you successfully navigate through the ion storm and with little to no damage to the ship. Well done.
Indeed. Well done, Lieutenant Sandadel. Very well
Thank
done.
you, sir. Oh,
How's the weather ahead of us looking, XO?
Scanning.
Shows clear.
Scope show
XO,
located.
XO, secure the ship from blue alert.
Ensign, stand down to green alert, sir.
Yes, cruise mode.
Green alert, Ensign.
Ms. Sanadell, resume your regular speed alternations.
yes, sir. And she starts off at 11, and in a few hours she'll go to 14. So.
All right.
My home swing goes up to 11.
Sorry, I am trying to move up those a little bit quicker. So we're going to scene 3 now. You guys go down 1 momentum.
Okay.
How's that for us?
Ensign Mira kind of turns to you, Captain. This is about an extra day into the afternoon. Sorry. Yeah. You're actually nearing your about 20 hours or so from Trillius. At this point, the ensign turns like, Captain, we're receiving a distress call.
What do you guys?
Put it on screen.
It's audio only, sir.
On speakers, then.
This is Starbase 621. We are under attack by an unknown alien. And then kind of little static in the background. Repeat, this is Starbase 621 to any nearby Federation vessels. We are under attack. Please assist.
XO, Well, actually, no, this wouldn't be XO. This would be Mira. Can you confirm the authenticity of this distress call?
Confirmed, sir.
Ensign Haran, how far out of our way is Starbase 621?
9 light years. It's in the opposite direction, sir. By these estimates, if we go to warp 14, we can get there within 12 hours. I'm sorry, 4 light years from their current. Sorry, my bad. They're 4 light years from your current position. And they're 9 light years.
12 hours
Yeah.
back. That's adding a day to our trip, which is eating away all the time we saved going through.
Easily.
Don't see that we. In Samira, they're in.
Sorry,
What?
Captain, go ahead.
No, go ahead. You were just muffled.
Lieutenant Sanadel, with our shuttlecraft, would we be able to carry the ambassador at same ETA?
It would.
I'm gonna go ahead and.
Yeah, go ahead. I was just gonna make up a number. Go ahead.
I messaged you.
Oh, okay, cool. No. As in, hold on. Oh, yeah. No, sir. Max's shuttle can go as warp 5. It would easily double or quadruple the time, sir.
I'll go over, wander over to the science station of the XO so I can have a little bit quieter conversation.
Okay.
Coming on the heels of, we know the Romulans are trying to assassinate the ambassador. I'm a bit suspicious of this last-minute distress call. Is there any way you can dig into that signal and make sure it's legitimate?
Aye, sir. I'll look into it. I'm gonna give a more thorough scan of the communication, looking for any falsities to it, or if they're using like an old code from a certain time ago.
I've spent 2 threat. Add a complication.
And that complication, while you're scurrying around on the bridge, is the doctor running into the ambassador's room and performing percussive maintenance on the ambassador.
It's like those two are working against us.
No, really?
But yet they're doing it so well, it's seamless.
Yep. Welcome to my nightmare, guys. Welcome to my nightmare.
Pacing around the bridge. I need answers, XO.
Scanning, sir.
What exactly are you scanning for?
I'm basically
typing shit out.
rescanning. I'm scanning over the transmission again. I'm just confirming that it is current. It's of current security codes. There's no weird subsignal in it. It doesn't. That all that
It's
stuff.
verified. The ensign Mira, already verified it, and her assessment is accurate.
And all codes are verified. They're using all current.
Very well. Ensign Haran, we're diverting course to Starbase 621. Lieutenant Sandadel, maximum.
Sir, this is Ensign Cerule to bridge.
Go ahead, Ensign.
I am speaking on behalf of Master Chief Marlowe. The ambassador has gone into cardiac arrest. I don't think this is something the ambassador's going to survive, sir.
Understood. Bridge out.
Captain.
I don't see as we have any choice, XO. We've got to respond to a distress call.
I hate to bring
Starbase.
this up, but needs of the many, sir.
Exactly. Iran, lay in a course. Instant Citadel, maximum emergency warp to Starbase 621. Haggard to Lieutenant Tazal. That's the nurse, the ambassador's nurse, I guess.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Spacing out. Okay, I'm a little busy here, Captain.
Understood. I need you to understand that we are diverting to Starbase 621, which reports they are under attack by unknown forces. I'm very sorry to do this, particularly with the news of the ambassador, but we have no choice.
In the background, you just hear, "Live, damn you! Live!"
Captain, permission to go to medbay?
Understood.
Granted. Captain Haggard out.
All right, Doctor. I want you to make a daring plus medicine, and you'll have the assist from Tazal
Cool.
for this check.
What is my difficulty?
Difficulty is going to be 3. Emergency medicine will apply for this.
Cool. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to reserve my determination for a reroll if need be, but I will give you 1 threat and 2 momentum so that I can roll 4 dice. And our complication range increased or no?
You know what? I'm going to spend some threat. Let's make this a complication range of 4.
So I'm going to reroll that 0. Much better. We have like 5 floating.
Yep. So you do stabilize the ambassador, but he's going. If something's not done, essentially he's going to die in the next 10 hours.
All right. I turn to the lieutenant and I say, "This is, I think, rather personal." And I'll pull her aside, so this is like a private conversation, or about as private as it can be. Our discussion about the ambassador's condition, could I transfer it to you?
Dun dun dun.
She just kind of hesitates, like, and she just goes kind of like this side and whispers in your ears, like, "I went through the initiate program. I was never selected for this. I was never allowed to be joined."
It's either we do this or we lose it.
There is a procedure. If we transfer the symbiote to me, the transfer can be undone as long as it's within the next 36 hours. Out of game, I think that's correct. Or 96.
It's 96. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was because it was Dax. Yeah. It's 96 hours.
Well, you're going to have to give me a very quick brush up on how to do it, but I can clear sickbay and we can do that immediately.
Yeah, I'll give you all the necessary stuff. And while that's going on, we are going to end this session right there.
Doc Marlowe is going to be the first Federation doctor to perform an emergency joining.
And never be able to tell anybody about it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And no one will know.
Cool.